What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Troxel Sports Talk back at it with some Pistons at the Portland TrailBlazers. What is going on, Asia? What is going on, Roadstar Gaming? What is going on, Spotlight Sports Talk? Aswin, Joseph Marshall. How's it going, everyone? What's going on, Noshi Stone? I do got to share this out real fast. And if you guys could share this out on your guys' social medias, that would be greatly appreciated. What's going on, MonStar? What's going on, Brennan Wallace? What's going on, Matthew Pawlowski? RIP Juice? Louisiana Sports Talk? How's everyone doing today? I do have a special shout out if Gloria's daughter is in the building. Happy birthday to you. What is going on, the Gridiron Blitz? Hey, you already know, Matthew. What's going on, Mondo? I appreciate that, Monstar. Yeah, usually when I got work, obviously that needs to take top priority. But as soon as what do you call it? As soon as I have that free open time, absolutely, I'm still gonna do the Pistons games. I'm still gonna do Michigan Wolverines. And like I said, if you guys want to see a different game, comment in the chat after the stream, and let me know. Hey, if you got this channel, could you be able to do this game? I'll definitely do it if I can get it. What's going on, Damien? Oh, absolutely, Mondo. Yeah, yeah. And you think we couldn't get a late first round pick? Like, come on, Markeith could have at least got the 30th overall pick. you know, Reggie Jackson could have at least got the 29th overall pick. Like, come on. Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah, Matthew, absolutely. We got some crazy, crazy stuff going on, and like fans don't know what's going on. Media doesn't know what's going on. Like, come on, we got to need some sort of direction. What's going on, Nathan McGuire? How's it going? Appreciate you for coming in. I am looking to rebrand Piston Center Court. I am going to be coming out with a basketball show. Um, and we're going to come out and do some things for you guys. Because, man, there were so many times I just wanted to hop on and talk, but it was just like I've been so busy. Oh, hold on.
Junior.
We got Derek Walton Jr. and Dante Hall.
All right. So, you guys both get signed 10-day contracts. You guys get an opportunity. I know for you it was a quick turnaround coming up from the Grand Rapids drive to get here. But what was that like when you first found out that you had an opportunity here in Detroit?
It was just like when I was first told, it was just a blessing, from coming from a small town, just going through like not being drafted in G League type stuff. But other than that, like it was a blessing, especially with Coach Donnie telling me after I had a good game in GR. It was just a great feeling. It's just like jitters going down my body.
Yeah, you had a brilliant last game in Grand Rapids. All right, Derek. So you've had a taste of the NBA. Obviously, you've been around a little bit longer than Dante. But when you got an opportunity to come home, what was that like?
It's always a blessing, of course. But I think more so my family was extremely excited. They didn't get a chance to see me a lot on the West Coast. But like I said before, I grew up a Pistons fan, of course, like being from the inner city, and then, getting a chance to play is always a blessing.
All right, everybody always likes to compare people's games, or they might watch you and say, hey, he reminds me of somebody. I won't necessarily ask you who your game might emulate, but what type of player, if somebody said, well, what kind of player are you? If you were in an interview, what would you say?
Oh, man, I'll probably say energy guy, dunking like crazy. That's just what I do. Try to stay above the rim, rebounding the ball. I just feed off, like I just give energy, on the court for sure, but off the court also.
What about you, Derek?
I think I've always just been considered a heady guy. Just smart, high IQ type of guy. I make shots. Just try to be in the right space, and I've always been a good teammate. So I think that's always been my MO, and I don't plan on changing.
There's a couple of characteristics that certainly play for the Pistons. All right, boys. Hey, appreciate you taking a few.
All right, that was Dante Hall and Derek Walton Jr. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Matthew. Derrick Rose definitely needs a ring before he retires. That's why I was kind of upset. Like, if we're going to embrace the tank, as, everyone wants to say, you might as well just cash out Derrick Rose and be like, hey, look, go to a contender. Mondo says, shout out to the lovely Amy Amor. Absolutely. Mondo also says, salute to Tyson Fury. That was a heck of a fight last night. I will say I cannot wait till the rematch of that one. Part 3. Almost halfway to 2K. Appreciate that, Brendan Wallace. Absolutely. Trying to grind. Seeing everybody in the chat, it's exciting. That's what we come out here, game in and game out, and and really, try to provide the best content possible. Joseph Marshall. What's going on, Hawks? We'll be back. Absolutely. At least we have Kennard. Yeah. He just got to prove that his knees are healthy. If he could do that, we got Svi, we got Luke, we got Sekou. That's already 3 people that we could really build around. Then you add, a Dante Hall, a Christian Wood. We got potential to bounce back. Absolutely. But Luke Kennard is going to be a big piece. He has to prove that, hey, I can be healthy for 82 games and I can give you the best content possible. Hey, there's the birthday girl. What's going on, Gloria's daughter? How's it going? Happy birthday. What's going on, Asia? If you guys can all wish Gloria's daughter a happy birthday, it'd be greatly appreciated. She's a good friend of the Sports Movement Network. Mondo Ray Moore says Luke Kennard will be traded for a case of Gatorade the way this organization does business.
brought to you
All
by
right.
Henry Ford Health System.
Derek Rose, Svi Mihailuk, Tony
Pistons
Snell,
with Derrick
Sekou
Rose and
Doumbouya,
Svi
and
Mihailuk
Thon
in the
Maker
backcourt.
is your
Tony
starters.
Snell, young Sekou Doumbouya, and Thon Maker up front.
Hey,
The
Mondo Ray
Blazers
Morgan
without
is comment of the
Damian
day.
Start
McCollum,
Gary
Trent Jr.,
in the
Ariza,
backcourt.
Carmelo
He's a young
Anthony,
fella
and
who's got
Hassan
a great
Whiteside
upside. He's already
is your
shown it a number of
TrailBlazers
times,
starters.
Along with C.J. McCollum, Trevor Ariza, and Carmelo Anthony, and Hassan Whiteside up front. Carmelo's a great story. A lot of teams in the NBA thought because what they know about basketball didn't include Carmelo Anthony. I'm happy that he found a home here, and I'm probably pulling for Portland to make the postseason because of that.
Well, any player
All
that
right.
has scored over 26
Portland has the ball.
in a career, that
Shoots
player
the
deserves
three,
a certain
airballs it
award
out of
for the
bounds.
end of his
Detroit
career.
basketball.
George is 36 years
Hey,
old. I'm glad that
the
he gets a
Gridiron
chance to go
Blitz.
out
Shout
perhaps
out
on
to
his
the
terms,
Gridiron Blitz for
as
that
opposed to what
$10
may
super
have
chat.
been only a few months ago.
Says that's for the
Carmelo
first
Anthony.
YouTube
Carmelo
payout.
averaging
Also
over
refresh
15,
your
nearly 7
sub count
boards.
says
Has
0,
had a
by the way.
28-point
me
game, a
10.
23-point game, and coming off a 20-point game. Tony Snell on the
What's going on
Pistons
with the sub
possession.
count?
As John Goebel blows the whistle, knocked one down. They may want to revisit that one, take another look at it. Gary Trent with a miss on the first possession in the game for Portland. Is he behind the line?
Well,
Yes, sir.
I think there was a foul call, and I think there was a grab. Watch Thon Maker right there. He's going to get grabbed pretty noticeably by Trevor Ariza. And I think it all happened before the shot was released by Tony Snell.
And stuff like that.
John Goebel still looking. The foul was before the shot. No basket. That was Trevor Ariza who airmailed it from the deep on the wing for Portland in their first possession. Pistons trying to get on the board first here. Ariza guarding Derrick Rose. Three along the baseline. Top side, Sekou fires, fills it up. Sekou Doumbouya with the first basket of the game.
And usually, so far in his very, very young career, Sekou Doumbouya, when he has success early like he just did, it usually leads him to a pretty good game. We'll see how it plays out in this one.
Ariza working the baseline. Ariza stepped out of bounds.
That is good. Now time to get the.
I'll tell you what, Trevor Ariza's helped these guys. 13 in his last game and 8 rebounds for Terry Stotts, along with 2 feeds and 2 steals, but he's had a couple of 21-point games since being traded over here from Sacramento. And there's Terry Stotts ranked in Portland behind Dr. Jack Ramsey only in wins here for the TrailBlazers. Tony Snell by himself, and he buries it.
Now, he hit the one that they didn't count, and he just hit that one. So that tells you that Tony Snell is feeling really good right now. It would be nice if they are able to get him more opportunities, George. Tony can be a reluctant shooter at times. Very unselfish, almost to a fault. I'd like to see him get a few more shots here to start this game.
Pistons up 5-zip. Whiteside, who's having a heck of a year, gives it up to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo backs in, clock at 3. Nice up fake on Sekou. Gunning, got it. Carmelo Anthony makes it 5-2. Puts Portland on the scoreboard.
Okay,
On their
so
home floor.
I don't know what's going on. So you know what?
Derrick Rose
I'm
trying to
just
turn
gonna
that
mute
corner.
the chat.
Inside handoff to Thon, and Thon made it work. Off the glass, it's 7-2 Pistons.
Good penetration. And Derrick Rose, his numbers are really consistent as far as scoring, whether he starts or comes off the bench. But as a starter,
All right,
his
C.J.
assist to
McCollum
turnover
with the
ratio
basketball.
really improves.
Ariza against Svi, clock at 5.
Oh!
Knock away by Sekou in the lane.
Sekou with a steal.
No
Gives up
looker
to
Thon.
Thon Maker. Thon Maker
Guns
shoots
the
a 3
short.
off the iron.
Off the deck to Ariza. And now C.J. McCollum will work.
What's going on,
against
Peyton
Tony
Griffin?
Snell.
How's it going? Appreciate you for coming out.
C.J. from the wing sends it and scores it. Greg said
All right, C.J.
he
McCollum.
makes jump shot after jump
Gets
shot
the
after
jumper.
jump shot.
V with the basketball.
7-4 Pistons.
Gives up to
Sekou
Sekou off iron.
The miss comes down to Whiteside. C.J. McCollum, topside.
McCollum with the triple.
You got to make a decision when he's
All
coming
tied
up.
up.
The screen, you got to know what you're going to do, whether you're going to show really big or you're going to switch it, but you got to have good communication with C.J. McCollum. Can't mess around and have confusion when he has the ball.
Yeah, you did, Asia.
You got to guard that guy, Derrick
And
Rose.
shout out to Spotlight Sports
One of
Talk.
the
He is on for the
Trailblazers.
Warriors and
Half-foot
the
leader from the baseline. Puts the Pistons back up.
Warriors
It's
and
9-7.
the
Whiteside
oh
of
my
the
goodness.
basket. Scoops, scores, and draws a Thonmaker foul.
There's nothing
for the
fast or
Pelicans
quick
and the
about
Warriors.
Hassan Whiteside, but he's slow good. Watch this move. Really
I
just
appreciate
take his
that,
time. He
Peyton.
sets Thonmaker up for the foul.
Welcome to the
Got
family. You're
himself a
definitely an
basket,
MVP.
and he'll get a three-point opportunity
Appreciate the
out of this.
the subscription.
Now, a great free throw shooter. He is better, but over his last 5 games, only shooting around 55%.
Missed that one. Had 19, 12 boards, and 6 blocks. In his last outing here, here's a swipe by McCollum.
And you know
C.J.
what,
McCollum
Coach Plays, I'm
reverses
adding
and
you to the
scores.
mod squad. You've been rocking with me since I was at 600
And the
subscribers.
Blazers lead it 11-9.
All right, C.J. McCollum hits another triple.
Boya against Carmelo.
Or hits another jump shot. So Derrick Rose with the basketball, shoots
Derrick
it,
Rose stops and fires.
misses the jumper.
Off iron. Rebound
McCollum with the rebound, brings it up the court.
Calling his name a lot already.
Another jumper.
And
down it
McCollum
goes.
hits it.
C.J. McCollum.
Hits the triple.
Pick number 10 of the 13 draft out of Lehigh.
C.J.
Is
McCollum has
rolling
10
already.
points, and the rest of the Blazers have 4.
He has 10.
What's going on, 2K Plays? Oh,
Got a
absolutely.
grab
The
call.
coach plays.
In January
On
of,
McCollum.
in January of 2018,
Hey, that is hilarious,
C.J.
Peyton.
McCollum had a career-high 50-point game. Those are the type of numbers
I'm
he's
surprised it didn't say
capable
when
of.
my Lions won the
So if you're the Pistons, he has to
championship.
be a top priority defensively.
Well, if he had his own team, he'd average more, as you said before the game. He's good for 8 or 9 more when Damian Lillard's not playing.
Absolutely.
He has his own team tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm digging that new
Shot
Twitter
clock at
pick
9.
too,
The ball was
Blitz.
batted out by the Blazers. Spee, top side of Derrick Rose. Guarded by Trent Jr. Takes him inside.
I was
dishes
thinking
back
about it
outside to
earlier.
Spee. This for 3 won't go through. McCollum with a rebound. Carmelo Anthony with the jam. It's 16-9 Portland. Not quite 5 minutes in. The Pistons will take a timeout.
All right, we got a timeout. Detroit. It is 16-9. Portland with the lead. 7:13 remain in the first quarter. I haven't been Joker Joe since November. When did the Lions win a championship, Trox? Their last championship was before the Super Bowl, and that was in 1957. We have 4 NFL championships and 0 0 Super Bowls and 0 appearances in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we don't self-promote like that, Peyton. But I'll definitely check out I'll definitely check out your channel. Yeah, I don't think a lot of us was alive for their championship. That's why the joke around Detroit is rebuilding since 1957. Gloria's daughter, mine was too. So the running joke between me and my mom was, you caused the Lions never to win a Super Bowl. My mom was born in 53.
Him space to make a decision.
All right, we are back.
27-10-6 boards against New Orleans in a loss here Friday. He already has 10, 2 boards, 2 feeds, and a steal in this one.
All right, Thon Maker to Derrick Rose. Pass is deflected out of bounds. Detroit basketball.
All tapped out by the Blazers. Shot clock at 14. Ariza, Carmelo, and Whiteside up front for Portland. McCollum and Trent Jr. in the backcourt.
Should have had that joke with her.
Derrick Rose off the dribble, drains the deuce.
Derrick knows how to use his screens too.
Mighty Mouse in the building.
When he has that jump shot
She's
working
the jinx,
for him
LOL.
from mid-range, then it makes his driving opportunities even more frequent.
Ariza to McCollum. Quick pass inside.
Whiteside off the iron, got the ball back, and got the putback.
He is having a really good year. 15 points, 14 rebounds a game. Seems to be happier here in Portland than his last couple of seasons in Miami.
The gridiron.
Dumbuya gives it up. Thon Maker with a shot fake and drive right in.
Oh, Thon Maker got
Good
rejected.
idea, George. League leader in blocks, right there.
Carmelo shoots a triple and got it.
A triple for Carmelo.
It's a 10-point game.
11 TrailBlazers. Derrick Rose to the lane. Running gun, no.
All right, Derrick Rose misses a floater.
To McCollum.
McCollum with the basketball.
Pitched it inside to Carmelo, being guarded by Sekou, who's called for the foul.
I actually thought Thon Maker, who has been shooting the ball well from three-point land, was going to take that shot, but he opted to put it on the floor. But once you make that decision going against a shot blocker, you got to go in with mean intentions, George. You got to go in looking to dunk it and at least create contact that could put you on the free throw line.
Whiteside third in the league in boards, first in blocks.
Absolutely.
There you can see the decision. They doubled on McCollum that time to get it out of his hands.
Carmelo's open.
Carmelo with another triple.
Anthony. He has 10.
Derrick Rose with basketball.
It's 24-11.
Langston with the floater, misses it. Thon Maker with the rebound. Langston to Bruce to Derrick Rose, who shoots the three off iron. And Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. McCollum with the basketball.
Nice bounce to Whiteside, little push.
Whiteside misses the shot. Out of bounds off Derrick Rose.
Knocked it away
Blazers
from Whiteside,
basketball.
but knocked it out of bounds, says Justin Van Dyne. Let's get Greg's game plan now.
Agent says Trox got the giggles today.
Michigan Ford dealer.
Hey, that's because it's a blessing to be on with you guys.
Brown is doing an excellent job with it, but it's everybody's responsibility in this game and the rest of this season. And then limiting turnovers. It was a big part of the loss to Milwaukee. Far too many turnovers by the Pistons.
Just Marshall says
Certainly can't afford to do
I
that
start
on
killing
the road
Trox
here.
on streams, laughing out loud.
They inbound to McCollum.
All right, McCollum with the basketball.
Trent Jr.
Trent Jr.
Brandon
with the
Knight,
triple
who
and
just
got
stepped
the
in. He
triple
guns
to
it
fall.
They are shooting the basketball. My goodness.
Oh,
Almost
they called it a
80%.
two-pointer.
And it's 26
So it's
to 11.
26-11, 4:53 remain in the first quarter.
Langston Galloway. Top side to Sekou.
Sekou
Time
shoots
for the
a
shot.
triple
It's
off
the heel.
iron.
McCollum runs the rebound down. Just under 5 to play in the first. 26-11 TrailBlazers.
Oh, an alley-oop.
To Carmelo.
Carmelo with the finish. McCollum with the assist.
Great chemistry and communication eye contact between two solid players, McCollum and Carmelo Anthony.
Brandon Knight
and then you were
to
able to
Sekou,
victimize
to
a
Thon
young,
Maker.
inexperienced Sekou Doumbouya with the reverse cut
To
to the
Langston.
basket and the lob.
Langston Galloway.
Langston turns it
Pass
over.
got away.
Horrible
Trent
pass.
with a dynamite dunk.
Trent Jr. with the
The
dynamite
TrailBlazer
dunk.
in.
Timeout Pistons. 23-2 run. 30-11. 4:10 remain in the first quarter. Matthew says, "Oh God, I leave for 3 minutes." Yeah, Asia, absolutely. But you know, I can't leave the Detroit Pistons fan base hanging. So I'm definitely gonna be gritting and grinding through these games, and you know, and we're gonna have some fun, regardless of win, loss, or draws. But I do want to take some time out and say shout out to the coaches play, or the coach plays for hitting 1,000 subscribers. What's going on, CA Sports? MonStar says, wake up Pistons. Yeah, they need to wake up. They need some Tim Hortons, and they need some milk. My happiness isn't dependent on me alone. Gloria Star says, woohoo, coach. Asia says he needs some milk. So I did take some time out, you know, during the week while I wasn't streaming. And I worked on the Sports Movement Network store. That link is in the description. If you guys want to check it out, we got some coffee mugs. We got shirts. We got hoodies, phone cases, stickers.
With the pass, that's going to be an easy conversion.
All right, we are
for
back.
Carmelo and the Blazers.
Carmelo
In this
Anthony,
game,
most
McCollum has been on
career
the money,
points
George, in addition to his
active
10 points.
players is
His 4 assists.
Carmelo's
All
second at
smiles for
26,000.
Second among active players in scoring, over 26,000 career
All right,
points.
we got Brandon Knight with the basketball. Gives it up. Christian Wood to Bruce Brown.
John Henson
Bruce
now
Brown
on
with the
court for
layup.
Pistons.
And Henson with the
John
putback.
Henson gets a tap. And Fernie Simons, second-year man.
Oh,
in the
turnover.
backcourt, and they turn it over. The
Christian
Blazers
Wood
do. Christian
got
Wood down
fouled.
the lane,
Goes to the free
stayed
throw
in the
line for
air
2.
As long as he needed to draw a foul.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's on
absolutely,
Simons.
Asia. I hope Romine
Last
and
Saturday
Miggy
home
made
game
up
of the
as
season,
well.
fans, is against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz, March the 7th.
Do you have any
7 o'clock
Griffin
tip, of course, at Little Caesars Arena.
Image on them?
Call 313
items?
Pistons or visit
No, we don't.
Pistons.com for your tickets.
Nope, we have, we need,
Christian Wood gets
he
the
needs
first
some
one to
milk.
fall.
We have Brand Up, and we have the Sports Movement Network.
Nails the next. The Pistons' last lead was at the 8:40 mark. They were up 9-7.
After the stream, I will be working on more the Sports
Sear
Movement
Little.
Network and updating the shirts on that one.
Rookie out of North Carolina has checked in for Portland. McCollum with a miss. Brandon
Adding
Knight
all
ahead
the
to
members
Bruce
of
Brown. Across the
TSMN
court to
and
Langston
TSMN
Galloway.
Entertainment.
Corner
And
three
Langston
through.
Galloway for
And that's the way
3.
the Pistons can score it if they can get it up the floor quickly get something early before Portland is back.
Pistons are on a 7-0 run. Last 45 seconds.
Got to play defense and rebound or get turnovers.
Hassan Whiteside with the jumper.
Open,
off the iron.
Henson with
the
rebound.
rebound.
3 to play in the first.
Bruce Brown to Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight against Simons.
Fed up,
Christian
ground
Wood
up.
fakes the 3, drives, dumps it deep.
I like that.
By Whiteside. Dish ahead to Trevor Ariza. He is tripped down.
Here's Whiteside. He didn't allow separation. He kept himself very close to John Henson and therefore was able to time
I can double check for you.
The hook shot by Henson and block it fairly easily.
Foul just now on Langston Galloway.
McCollum with the basketball.
McCollum has owned the first quarter. Mario Hezonja off the Blazer bench.
3 seconds, shoots a triple, and banks it in.
Simons shrugged his shoulders after he tripled off glass. The bank was open, whether he called glass or not.
Well, it's been going his way. His last 5 games sees him scoring almost 12 a game. He's getting opportunities and cashing them in. 21-year-old Anthony Simons.
Langston Galloway with a running scoop. No. Rebound, Langston.
Langston Galloway to John Henson.
John Henson hands it back to Langston.
Nice job in the extra hustle.
Okay,
getting the Pistons an additional possession and 3 points.
Pistons claw a little bit closer. They're down a dozen here. McCollum with the shot.
McCollum for 3.
A triple for McCollum.
It is 21-36. Blazers with the lead.
The long line has
1:25 remain in the first quarter. Pistons with the basketball. Christian Wood has the ball.
Christian Wood.
Foul
by Little.
Looks like it might be on McCollum.
And we've got 3 in the lane without
nope.
guarding.
Got 3 in the lane. That's a technical foul.
Wenyan Gabriel, Kentucky rookie from Sacramento.
Langston got the tech to
Langston Galloway with a technical foul free throw.
We showed you a moment ago how McCollum was so open coming off
Bulls
that screen.
beat the Wizards 126-117. Wow, shout out to the Bulls.
More resistance. It can't just be Collum, run your guy off a screen, and then you got a wide open shot.
Brandon Knight with the basketball.
Brandon Knight against Simons.
Gives up to Langston Galloway.
Galloway with a Henson screen.
Gives it up to
Brandon
Knight. Brandon Knight off iron.
Gabriel with a rebound to C.J. McCollum. A minute left in the first.
Bradley Beal, 53
McCollum
points and a losing effort.
goes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right on.
Shout out to Bradley
next
Beal.
To his name here in the first quarter. The Blazers have scored 38.
And underline it.
Brandon Knight misfires. Rebound comes
Why
off
would
to
you
Little.
shoot a shot like that? Like, come on. You wasn't even sturdy to go up for the shot.
35 seconds left in the first. Works against Bruce Brown. Crosses over. Hanging Glasser from the baseline. No. Rebound comes right back to him. He'll reverse
And McCollum misses the lay-in. Rebounded by Gabriel. Gabriel with the putback.
22 seconds to play in the first. It's 40-22 Portland. Brandon Knight keeps that dribble. Dishes it inside for Bruce Brown.
Out of bounds. Pistons basketball.
4.5
and pretty much the shot clock and game clock is almost even. There's 1/10 of a second left. 4.5 on the shot clock, 4.6 on the game clock.
Langston Galloway will trigger from the baseline. Brandon Knight down the lane.
Brandon Knight gets fouled. 1.4 seconds remain in the first. Brandon Knight goes to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Simons called
for the foul. What's going on, Nathan McGuire?
Brandon Knight will shoot a pair with 1.4 to play in the first.
They get rid of Thon Maker? Absolutely. I think Thon Maker and Brandon Knight are gone.
First free throw falls.
I hope they buy out Derrick Rose so he can go out and win a
Brandon Knight,
championship
the 8th
before he
pick in
retires.
The 11 draft by the Pistons
And really
out of
embrace
Kentucky.
a true-on rebuild.
Got them both. It's 40-24, TrailBlazers. What can they do in 1.4?
I mean, he's been a lot better. Thon Maker's been a lot better since
There was a wet spot on the court.
since
He looked
being
down at it.
pretty much a starter now. But I mean, I don't know. We got to do something. But it's going to start with It's going to start with drafting the right players and drafting the best player available. Regardless of position, I do not care. You draft the best player available. Once you could do that, that gives you trade assets. I saw brand up. Sorry, I didn't post the wrong thing. Knight sucks. Yeah, I mean, he plays around 6 minutes a game and has 4 turnovers. Like, he's almost averaging, a turnover a minute. Welcome back, Asia. Hope we get a high pick. It's very possible. I mean, we actually might be within like the top 5 in draft picks. The last time we drafted in the top 5 was 2003 with that infamous LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh draft. Hope everyone had a great weekend and Sunday. Absolutely. All right, we are going to be resuming the game audio here shortly.
With that 23-2
we are
run,
back.
took over the game midway in the first quarter.
What's going on,
Anthony
Spotlight
and
Sports
CJ
Talk?
McCollum led the way
If
with
you guys are not
27
subscribed to
points
him,
between
definitely
them
do
and 11
so. Great
for 14
channel.
shooting. Portland shot 71%. And the Pistons 35%.
Oh man, we are getting
in the first.
blown
Our game
out.
summary
That's what
brought to you by
we are
Metro
getting.
Detroit Chevy dealers.
To kind of put things in some perspective for you, here you have the Portland
It is
TrailBlazers.
40-24.
Who were in the
Start
Western
of the
Conference
second
Finals
quarter.
last year against the Golden State Warriors, thinking that this might be their year to get over the top, get all the way to the finals.
And you know what's scary?
And yet
Once
here they stand,
Damian Lillard
not in the
and
playoffs that they were to start today,
Nurkic comes
and they've
back,
only won 6 more games
that
than the
team is
Detroit
going to be so
Pistons.
stacked.
It does.
Then you got Rodney Hood and Zach Collins also.
Sitting on the
Like,
bench
come
right
on now.
But the Pistons can't feel sorry for Terry Stotts and his squad. The injuries absolutely tore the Pistons season apart.
Exactly.
All right, Brandon Knight with basketball. Brings it up the court. Gives it up to Langston Galloway.
Pistons
To Bruce
start
Brown.
the second with a basketball.
Gives up to Langston.
Langston
Langston
Galloway,
drives it.
baseline drive,
Floater.
shot fake,
Got
draws a
fouled.
foul.
Goes to the free throw line for 2.
It's on to Sear Little. Damian Lillard out tonight as our Jeep League leaderboard shows you what Portland's
Wow,
missing.
Damian Lillard's accounting for
25% of their
25% of the team scoring.
And he's second in the NBA in made threes. And since January the 1st, he leads the entire league in scoring, averaging 32.9.
How about his 6-game stretch? Damian Lillard, right there, folks.
Yeah, we talked about that. Wow.
His 6-game
Dang,
stretch
Jala is on fire.
from January 20th.
He needs to get healthy for the
February 1st,
Portland
saw him average
TrailBlazers.
49 points a game, 7 rebounds,
All right,
and
Langston.
10 assists.
Got them
Let me
both
say
to
it again.
fall.
49
9 points per game.
26-40. Simmons with the
Free
basketball.
throws
Shoots
go.
the...
Simons with an air ball on the
Wow.
other
Shoots the
end.
triple and airballs
It's
it.
40-26 TrailBlazers. Just underway here in the second quarter. Terry Stotts, a heck of a high school
Asia says,
basketball player.
you
in the
losing
state
to
of
the Blazers
Indiana.
team without Damian
Although he was
Lillard.
born in
Dang,
the great
Pistons
state
sucks.
of Iowa, will go into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame this winter.
Christian Wood for three. Misses it.
Christian Wood misses from the
Rebounded
corner.
by
Runyon
Gabriel.
with a rebound. Then Terry Stotts moved again to the University of Oklahoma where he starred. Here's Carmelo
I think he
Anthony.
meant to say Blazers
Brandon
are on
Knight
fire.
caught on him. Carmelo gives it up all the way across the court. And Simons triples.
Simons for
Well,
three.
the Pistons are choosing to double. They did on McCollum earlier and gave up a Carmelo Anthony three.
Today
And
is
this
4
time they
weeks
doubled
since
on
we
Carmelo,
lost
ended up
Kobe
giving up
and
a
the
Simons
others.
three. So you have to choose one or the other, and it's up to your opponent.
Can't believe
Can
it's
they
been a
make
month.
you pay? And Portland is making the Pistons pay. Here comes the double. Christian Wood, get it out of Carmelo Anthony's hands, and a beautiful skip pass, George, all the way to the other side, and Simons was all alone.
Made the Pistons pay.
I'm weird like
Henson,
that. I won't ever forget.
Fouled by Little. Gets the first free throw to fall.
All right, Henson makes the first. Absolutely, Asia. R.I.P. Kobe. And Henson makes them
John
both.
Henson buries them both. Nice job.
Pistons are 9 for 9 from the
It's
free throw line.
43-28
Blazers are 0 for
TrailBlazers.
1.
Just underway. Second quarter here in Portland.
But they
Brandon
do
Knight
have
knocks
the
it away
lead,
from
43 to
Simons and out of
28.
bounds.
10:43 remaining in the second
Hazonia,
quarter.
Carmelo Anthony, Simons, Runyon Gabriel, and Trent Jr. on the court for the TrailBlazers.
Trent
Carmelo
Jr.
wants
with the
it against
basketball.
Christian Wood.
Who did a nice job of denying.
Yeah, he did.
Shoots
Trent
it.
Jr. shot's going to be short.
Misses it.
Langston
Rebounded by
Galloway
Langston
with a
Galloway, who
rebound.
pushes it up the court.
Nice job defensively. A couple of times
Henson
by Christian
to
Wood.
Brandon Knight, wide open for three, and
Brandon
drills
Knight wide
it.
open triples. He can still score the
43
ball
to
in this
31.
league.
Blazers
It's
with the lead and with the
43-31.
ball.
TrailBlazers.
Simons with the basketball.
Just
Gives
over
up to
10 play in
Gabriel.
the first half.
10 minutes remaining in the second
Gabriel
quarter.
screens.
Simons
is
shoots the
open,
jumper.
Misfires.
Misses it.
Rebound,
Rebounded by Bruce Brown. Brings it up the court.
He's the Swiss Army knife. He'll do whatever is necessary. Whatever you need, Bruce Brown does his best to
Bruce
deliver.
Brown gives up to John Henson, who gives up to
Henson
Brandon Knight.
screens for
Brandon Knight
Brandon
shoots the
fires
triple and
fills
hits it.
again. And Portland's going to take a timeout.
All right, Portland takes the timeout. So for those of you that are new, I do have to mute the game audio for copywritten music and commercials. 43 to 34. 9:44 remain in the first half. What's going on, Detroit Special? Says Knight's dropping 50. Knight is a freaking ball hog. Swiss Army Bruce. What's going on, Arku? Says my Thunder got a dominating win today against the Spurs. Matthew says 50 fouls. Detroit Special says, Arku, I'm a Thunders fan too. What's going on, Frederick Martin? Says Mello looking good. Absolutely. What's going on, Devon Ogletree? Says, what's up? Travis, the hate is strong on my last video. It's probably the same person with all them accounts that show the game. Do you think Portland makes the playoffs? I do think Portland can make the playoffs, especially when Nurkic comes back, Rodney Hood, Damian Lillard. You know, when that team gets healthy, they are a tough bunch to beat. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Dame Dollar. Damian Lillard's an amazing athlete. Sucker MCs. Absolutely the Gridiron Blitz. I definitely think Carmelo gets a new contract next year.
On the basketball, and what he credits
All right,
that
we
to
are
is
back.
taking him off the basketball. He feels like, you know, he's been able to develop in other areas, namely in playmaking and decision-making. So
All
he's
right,
the
Trent
second
Jr. with the
or
basketball,
third
gives
ball
up to
handler, and that's made
Zonia.
him be a little bit more relaxed out there, and you can see it's certainly helping.
Gives up to Simons,
when
back to
he's crashing the
Zonia.
boards, George.
Bruce Brown gives you
Back to
everything
Trent
he's got,
Jr.
doesn't he? Hazonia met by Langston Galloway,
Galloway picks up the foul.
who's called for the blocking foul.
What's going on, Jeffrey Russell? All right, side out. Hazonia inbounding. Gives up to Gabriel. Gives up to Simon. Simon
with penetration.
to Gabriel.
Dumps it to
Gabriel
Wendy.
shoots
Gabriel
it,
can't
misses
score.
it.
John Henson for Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight with the basketball. Gives up to Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce
will
Brown
drive
drives it,
No.
misses it. Rebounded by
Henson with the
Henson.
rebound. Dishes to Bruce.
Gives it back to
Back
Bruce.
up this
Bruce
time,
misses
it
it.
won't fall
Rebounded by
either.
Carmelo, who brings it up the court.
Carmelo fires from the top. Off iron to Bruce Brown. 8:50 to play in the half.
Depends on where he goes.
Bruce inside for Christian Wood.
Christian
A
Wood gets
double
fouled,
clutch
goes to the free
jam
throw line
try.
for two.
Coaxed Gabriel into a foul.
You know, if he's
The
going
Pistons
on
are
a
hosting their
championship
second annual
contender
summer
team,
basketball 3-on-3
you know, I can see him
tourney.
getting paid
That'll
around
be Saturday, August 8th,
$8
Sunday the
million,
9th at Little
guaranteed,
Caesars Arena.
fully guaranteed.
Registration open now at
You know, if he goes
Pistons.com/3-on-3.
to, say,
Space
just
is
a
limited.
playoff team, then
And
depending
now.
on how much money they have, could be, you know, upward between 12 to 14. You know, if he
Christian
wants
Wood
money
is
and
one
he
free
goes
throw
to,
to
say,
fall,
like a Pistons team,
43-35.
I'm
You
just
know, he's been getting
I'm
to
just
that free throw
throwing
line
a
a
team
lot
out
the
there.
last 2 games, 18
I
attempts.
don't think he ever comes to
Total.
Detroit.
There's
But,
no
you know, if he does go to,
Orlando,
say,
Christian Wood, why?
Detroit,
Because when he goes in
you know,
looking to
he could have even asked for, say,
punish the
$20
rim.
million.
He doesn't go in tentatively, and as a result, Christian Wood is finding himself at the free throw line a lot.
Got to foul him to stop him most times.
That win
Now
against
just
Denver,
down
though.
Brandon Knight, his first. Knight leads the Pistons with 11 points. With 8.5 still to play in the first
Yeah, I
half.
heard about the Astros getting death threats.
Simons to the lane. Hazonia taps it.
Trent Jr. shoots the three off the iron
Trent
foul.
Jr. with the miss.
on, I believe, Carmelo.
Carmelo
Yep,
called for a
Carmelo
loose
picks
ball
up the foul.
on the rebound try. Trevor Ariza's coming back. So is Whiteside. Hazonia.
Appreciate you,
Wendy
Hunter Rogers,
Gabriel
for coming
come
in. If you can,
Gary
just
Trent Jr.
clean up
was
the
a
language a little
second-round
bit.
pick.
Be greatly appreciated.
Dealt
Well,
here
welcome,
by
brother. Appreciate you for
Sacramento.
coming
His
in.
dad started his career here. Played the
Bruce
first
Brown
2
with
and
the
a half
basketball.
of 9 NBA seasons for
Looks
the
like it's
TrailBlazers.
side out foul. Back on Carmelo Anthony again.
Carmelo Anthony, they're going to pick up another foul, defending on Christian Wood.
It is 43 to
second.
35.
George, when I see
8:21
him wearing that
remaining in the
double
first
zero,
half.
I can't help, and a Portland
Oh, it's all right,
uniform, I can't help but
Hunter.
think of the late
Appreciate you
Kevin
coming out, though, man.
Duckworth,
Yes, sir.
who was a very good player here, part of the team that played the
1990s
Pistons
finals.
in the championship back in 1990. Gone too soon, passed away some years ago. As did Jerome Kersey, another one whose passing was very unexpected. A couple of young guys who you would expect would still be here. No longer.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, you knew.
Legacy.
They had 21 straight playoff seasons here. Trent Jr.'s pass gets away.
Christian
Too low
Wood
for
with the
Whiteside.
ball,
Christian Wood
drives it,
drives
goes coast to coast for a
Jams it.
jam.
The drive and dunk for Christian. Shortens it up to, how about this, a 13-0 Piston run.
Oh, yeah,
And now
absolutely.
43-39.
Absolutely, Asia. We should have drafted Carmelo over Darko.
There you go.
But if you wanted a big man, really, you should have drafted Chris Bosh over Darko or, what do you call it?
Can they get
Carmelo.
Stop. Shot clock inside 10. Carmelo against Christian Wood.
You know, but then who knows? What if, you know, Rasheed Wallace would have never came to Detroit? Will we still have that championship? Bruce Brown to Brandon Knight. Brandon Knight shoots the three off the iron. Rebounded by Hassan Whiteside.
7:20 to play in the first half. Simons to the lane.
Oh, blocked by John Henson. And foul on
down by Trevor Ariza.
Trevor
Foul's
Ariza.
going to be called.
Here's more defense by the Pistons and Christian Wood. What did we say? When he goes to the basket, he's looking to do that. And it was smart of him to do this. Why? Because it's Carmelo, who already has 2 fouls. He's going to pick up another one, take it all the way. And
absolutely
then
great
John
ball
Henson,
awareness.
known for his shot blocking, just like Whiteside is.
Very legitimate shot blocker.
Tell you what,
Anyone over
Brandon-
Darko?
Piston again, Brandon Knight
Yeah,
is having
absolutely.
his best game since coming over from Cleveland. You can see he's
Simons looked like he got
really
hit in the eye.
acclimating himself, George. Feeling
Brandon Knight goes to
comfortable
the
out
free
there
throw line
and
for
getting
2.
perhaps his best chance here tonight.
Christian Wood is one of and only bright spots on the
He had a
team
heck of a
right
game
now.
against the Pistons last year for the Cavaliers.
I remember it well.
Yeah, I hope we can see Dante Hall tonight.
This guy still got something.
I really want to see what
And
he
tonight,
has.
He's proved it
And also
again.
Derek Walton Jr.,
13
former
points for Brandon
University
Knight.
of Michigan player.
And the Pistons trail by only 2.
Darko
They
took off when he got
15
traded to
straight.
Orlando.
Ariza
Oh,
throws
turnover.
it away.
Bruce Brown with the basketball.
Bruce Brown to forecourt.
Gives up to Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight's
Shoots
got
the
the hot
three.
hand, sideline three.
Misses it.
On
Rebounded by
fire for
Carmelo.
Anthony.
Gives it up to CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum to Ariza. Saves it. Carmelo saves it.
Carmelo saves it for the Pistons.
But John Henson got the ball. And Christian
lays it
Wood
up
with the
and lays it
lay-in.
in. Don't look now, but this game is all
We are tied
The
up at
Pistons were
43,
19 down,
6.5 left in the
settled themselves. They
first
got a
half,
great
folks.
defensive
All right, we do have a timeout. So I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I will resume the game audio. I appreciate you guys for being patient. If we could get those thumbs up, we'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, we got the Gridiron Blitz, Staple Sports, Amy Amor, Arthur Aliverden, Amy Amor, and I believe I got everybody. All their links are in my description below. I will be posting some of their content up when they go live to bring added attention to their channel. So definitely subscribe over to them as well. The Gridiron Blitz will be back doing the XFL games. We are proud to have him back. They wanted to draft me and not Darko. Shout out to the Gridiron Blitz. Yeah, I'm going to bring out my carbonated pea water at halftime. I got Bud Light Platinum. Oh, my bad. Okay, we got MonStar Sports and Entertainment and Amy Amor. I guess I said Amy twice. Sorry about that, MonStar. And I definitely got to drive out to MonStar because he made some brownies and they look delicious. But shout out to Molly. She had a great stream today. She did the Boston Celtics and the Lakers.
has been huge for the Pistons so far. 13 points off the bench. He has been a catalyst for the turnaround, but he's not alone. He has also been aided by John Henson, who played great defense.
Oh, no, that
And, of
ain't
course,
pea water. That's the
Christian
good
Wood,
stuff.
Pistons down 19 when he entered the game. 19. So, obviously, he's a plus 19 since coming in. Running the floor, playing defense, using his length. This has been a stunning turnaround by the Pistons, and this crowd right now is out of it.
Quiet crowd in Portland.
Oh,
They
yeah,
always
absolutely,
sell out,
Matthew.
and They did tonight. They were roaring earlier when McCollum
Henson
and
came in and
Carmelo
said,
started
"Whoa,
to throw.
nice
Look at
block."
the McCollum
Speaking of
by John
Henson.
Bruce Brown to the
Bruce
basket.
Brown misses it.
Couldn't quite score
Henson.
it. The rebound is out of bounds. Off
Oh,
Henson, belongs
last
to
touch
Portland.
by Henson.
When's the last time Portland
Blazers
scored?
basketball.
Well,
Yesterday?
It was 43-26 with 11 minutes to play here.
Wow,
So 1
43 to
minute in,
26, and now it
basically,
is
to this quarter.
43-43.
We now have 6 minutes to play
CJ
in the
McCollum
half.
with the basketball brings it up the court.
5 minutes of game time and probably 12 minutes in actuality.
CJ McCollum backs
CJ
up, fires, it
McCollum
won't
misses
fall.
it. Christian Wood with the
Everybody's
rebound
in on the act
brings it
when
up
you
the
get
court.
stuck on the other end of a bad-looking run than when you've been whitewashed.
Snell
Every
to
shot
Derrick
gets
Rose.
tougher. Derrick Rose against McCollum, gets him on his back.
Oh,
Hands
nice
it
pass.
off to
Oh,
Christian
nice
for a
dunk.
slam.
Christian Wood with the jam.
The Pistons right now are dominating. And the Blazers, who could not miss in the first quarter, they looked as perplexed as any team could
Bench
be.
points 34 for
It's
the
a
Pistons, 8
19-0
points for
run.
the TrailBlazers.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony shoots the
Off
three,
the heel.
off the iron.
Rebound, Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown brings it up. Drives
Bruce
it.
down the lane. Almost lost
Gives
it.
up
Gets
to
it
Christian
back for
Wood.
Christian Wood. Drives on Carmelo. Flips
Christian
it up. No.
Wood.
Tried to tap it up. Whiteside and Christian fight for the rebound. Whiteside
Foul
with his
on
arm
Christian Wood.
around the back of Christian's neck.
Here's Derrick's going to draw Whiteside and just lay this thing off spoon feed Christian Wood, and the Pistons run.
What's going on, Cars and
continues.
Bitcoin?
They call a foul.
Bro, Portland has not scored in 5 minutes. LOL. Welcome to the chat, Cars and Bitcoin.
On Christian.
Really? How did that
Whiteside
happen?
with
He
the
was
basketball, gives
horse
up to
collar.
Trent Jr. Trent Jr. shoots it and
Trent Jr.
hits
finally
it.
Stops.
Tied
the
at
scoring
45
drive
all.
for the
4:45
TrailBlazers.
remain in the first half.
We're tied at 45.
All right, Derrick Rose brings it up. Gives it up to Snell, who gives it up to Christian Wood. Christian Wood
Christian
shoots a
for
three
three.
and off the iron.
Off
Rebounded
it
by
comes to
McCollum, who brings it up the court.
CJ McCollum.
To Trent
Off
Jr.
to Trent Jr.
Back to
Derrick
McCollum.
Rose up in his face. Shot clock at 10 for McCollum against Bruce Brown. Carmelo Anthony against Sekou Doumbouya, who's returned.
Carmelo backs down
Backs him
Sekou,
in.
turns around,
Turning
shoots
gun
it.
from the baseline.
Off the
no.
iron, Bruce Brown
Rebound
corrals the
controlled by
rebound.
Christian Wood and pops out to Bruce Brown.
No easy back down if you were Sekou Doumbouya. That
Sekou.
was excellent defense.
Doumbouya to the basket. No.
And
Tapped up and in by
Bruce
Bruce.
Brown
Rebound
with
to
the
George. Both
tip
ends of the
back.
floor. Once again,
Let's
Bruce
go.
Brown. I'm looking at the guys out there. I see them breathing hard, little exhaustion apparent, but you don't want to take anybody off the floor
That's how
right
you
now.
get your taste.
If you're Dwayne Casey,
Gotta chug
6
it.
rebounds for Bruce Brown. Screen by Whiteside for McCollum. Trent Jr. back to CJ McCollum. All by
McCollum
himself.
shoots a triple
Buries it.
and drains it. Was wide open.
Portland by 1. McCollum with 18.
Asia says, wow, Pistons
Brandon
came back.
Knight with 13. Christian Wood with 11 for the Pistons. Derrick Rose to the rack. Lays it
Derrick
up. No.
Rose misses it. Rebounded by Trevor Ariza. McCollum brings it up.
Blazers to forecourt.
McCollum drives it, gives it out
rifles
to
it to
Trent
Trent
Jr.
Jr.
Trent Jr. to
Ariza
Ariza,
for
who gives it up to
Carmelo
Carmelo. Misses the triple.
Long with
Bruce
the
Brown
jumper.
with the rebound, brings it up the court.
Bruce Brown
Drives it.
backs up against Trent Jr. Gives it up to Christian Wood.
Christian
Shot
Wood
clock
with
at
the
12.
basketball to Tony Snell.
Dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds.
Off his
turnover
leg.
by the Pistons, but
Out
they're
of bounds,
still right in
Portland
it,
basketball.
trailing by 1.
Here's the benefit of great ball movement and great
Oh,
body
man,
movement.
he had
Here's
too
McCollum. He didn't
much
stand
time.
watching. He kept active.
He had like
without the
2-3
basketball
seconds
and
wide
ultimately
open.
Was able to free himself for a size-up three-pointer.
You can't give
2:40 to
McCollum
play
that
in
kind
the
of shot.
half.
McCollum with the
McCollum down the lane,
floater
runs it up,
off the
no.
iron.
Derrick
Rebounded by
Rose
Derrick
runs down
Rose.
the
Derrick
rebound.
Rose
Tried to bounce it ahead.
tried to get it to Sekou Doumbouya, but it's out of bounds.
And it's too low and out of bounds.
Blazers
Too
ball.
low, not enough angle, and was going to be a very difficult pass for even the most sure-handed receiver to handle. Talked about Derrick Rose, who has a nearly 4 assists to a turnover ratio as a starter. So he doesn't do that very often.
Okay, Thonmaker's about to check back
2.5
in
to play in the half.
on the next
Portland
dead
by
ball.
just 1.
McCollum with the basketball.
They've led
Gives
by
up to
19.
Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony between the legs.
Carmelo
The former scoring champ to the basket.
got
drew a
fouled.
foul.
Goes to the free throw line for 2. All right,
called
Jeffrey,
on
you have a
Sekou
blessed night,
Doumbouya.
brother. Appreciate you for coming out.
Carmelo Anthony will
And
step
don't
to the
forget,
stripe.
April 1st, I'll be doing
5
the
out of 9
Michigan
for a
Wolverines and the
Had them all in the first quarter.
and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
5 for 5 in the first, nothing for 4 in the second. And now a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealer.
All right, Carmelo hits the first, and I do have to mute it for the Ford commercial. All right, we are back.
Carmelo got
Carmelo
the first
getting
free
set
throw.
to hit his second free throw.
TrailBlazers by 2, just over 2 to play in the half.
It is 49 to 47. 2:17 remain in the first half, and Carmelo hits the
Out of
second.
both.
It's a
14 for
three-point
Carmelo
game,
Anthony.
50 to
It's
47.
50 to 47 Trailblazers. 2 and 12 till halftime.
Derrick
Rose
Rose
gets the screen from Thonmaker.
to Bruce Brown to Sekou.
Sekou Doumbouya
Back to
outside
Derrick
to Derrick.
Rose.
Clock at 10.
Derrick Rose shoots
rises and
it
guns it and
and
goes.
got it.
Nice.
No iron at all.
Pistons
on
down
that shot,
1.
and it wasn't an easy one.
I like his rhythm
just
right
under
now,
2 minutes
Derrick.
to play.
He's reading what's there. Thon came out, set a nice screen.
Derrick Rose
did
has
try to
6 points.
penetrate
Thon
that
3
time.
for
He
7
got what he
shooting.
needed off the Thon screen and was comfortable
McCollum
with this
into
mid-range jumper.
Portland
Whiteside.
by just 1. Whiteside has it
Oh.
poked away. Bruce Brown ends
Oh,
up with
Thon
it.
with the
Bruce
turnover.
drives it.
Got it to Bruce
Thunder
Brown, who
dunked it.
jams it home.
Bruce Brown.
What's
with
going
a
on,
big
Eric?
time
How's it going, brother?
nasty jam.
He is playing with so much energy. He is active, and we talk about the Pistons' defensive turnaround. He
Hey,
is right there in the midst
absolutely.
of it as well. Portland only has 10 points in this quarter, and it's nearing its end.
Pistons with a 1-point lead. C.J. McCollum to the
McCollum
basket.
gets fouled
Throws it up, no.
and misses
But the
the
whistle
and
will
one.
blow here.
Eric
Watch
says,
Bruce.
"What's up, Troxel? Do you think this
Thon
front
with the
office
quick hands,
will
get that
know
thing
what
away from
the
Height
heck
Whiteside.
to do to
Beautiful
get good players here
behind the back dribble
to
to
the
free
Pistons? I'm
himself at
just
the
hoping this
midcourt
is
line.
not a Philly thing and
There's
trust
the
the
rest.
process."
Nasty dunk. He knew how nasty
I don't
it
even think
was.
that the front office
Sekou
knows what
Doumbouya
good
just
players
committed his
are.
third foul on the other end with a minute and 12
Because
to
obviously
play in the
trading
half.
Drummond for Brandon
McCollum
Knight and John
missed
Henson
the
and a
first
second
free
round
throw.
pick.
Now, I don't
You
know
got
how
fleeced.
this is going to turn out as far as the outcome of this game, but these are the
Let's keep it
opportunities
100.
that young players will have to grow chemistry and have numbers like you see happening right there. Big time second quarter for the Pistons. In the midst of this
Whoa.
rebuild.
An amazing
Are you serious, Gridiron Blitz?
defensive turnaround in the second, and they smashed the Blazers on the boards, at least so far in the quarter.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose inside for Thonmaker.
Thon.
Forces
Misses
it up
it.
and misses.
Ariza with the rebound. McCollum brings it
And
up.
one free throw for McCollum on the other end, tied the score. 48 seconds to play in the half. Whiteside wide open, sends it, scores it.
Whiteside with the
It
jumper.
doesn't take many, but it doesn't mean he can't. He looked very comfortable on
All right,
that jump
MonStar.
shot. But
You
even
have a
with
blessed
that,
night, brother.
just
Appreciate you for
13
coming out.
points
If you
in the
guys
quarter after
have
putting
not
up
subscribed to
40 in the
MonStar
first
Sports and
quarter
Entertainment,
by
definitely
the
do so.
Trailblazers.
35
He is part of the
seconds till
Sports Movement
halftime.
Network
Derrick Rose
entertainment division.
stumbled and lost
Does
the ball.
sports, wrestling,
Simons
and cooking, and a whole
shovels
bunch
it.
of other
McCollum
things. It's a
missed
great
it.
channel.
Sekou with the rebound. 20 seconds to play in the half. Pistons will play for the last shot.
All right.
They trail
Derrick Rose with the
by
basketball.
2.
10 seconds remain.
Maker screens.
Drives it.
Reverses.
Misses
no,
it.
out
Out of bounds. Blazers ball.
of bounds.
2.9
So
seconds
2.9
remain.
to play in the half. At the break, Mickey and Tim will break down what Christian Wood had to do with the Pistons' amazing comeback. McCollum trying to get a shot airborne. It's late.
Would not go if it would have went in.
At the half in Portland.
But that is your final or your
TrailBlazers
halftime
have
score.
led by 19.
We were down 19 points, and it is a 53-51 at half. Yeah, the first quarter, it was 40-24. Second quarter, it was 27-13. I don't know. I don't think he actually stays with Cleveland. I know he did come out with that statement. He says that Cleveland's issues is way worse than the Detroit Pistons. So I think he actually could be good as gone. Oh, yeah, okay. I got you, Gridiron. Hey, can we say that went straight over the head? I thought you were talking about something different. But I am going to take a quick halftime break. I will be in the chat. So definitely keep chatting. I will still be here. I am just going to go grab my dilly and what do you call it? Did you hear Reggie J clowned us? No, I didn't. I'll have to go check that out. I mean, I don't blame him though. Real talk. I mean, we did him dirty. We did Markieff dirty. I mean, we did Andre dirty. We've been doing everybody dirty. It's like people like free agents this year are going to see that. They're going to be like, I am not going to Detroit. I'd rather retire than go to Detroit. Detroit Pistons with doing good, man, when they can put Thon Maker in there, Dwayne Casey, and like you don't understand. I don't know. I think that lineup with Christian Wood and John Henson was a real nice 1-2 punch. You know, those two actually kind of got us right back into this thing. The coach play says Blazers lose this game. They will need to fold it up for the year. Hey, you know that, man. That is so true. If they lose to the Pistons, they need to cash it in for the year. But all right, you guys, I will be right back. So hang on tight, and I'll see you exactly when the second half starts. But I'll be in the chat, so we'll be chatting it up. All right, all right. I am back, you guys. Joseph Marshall says, now I gotta rely on a machine of the past to save my relationship. LOL. Oh, the sweet irony. Too bad time machines don't exist yet. Remember the twin and how her twin started talking to me? Haha, get ready for this story. All right. We got the dilly popped. Christian Wood got 11 points already. Travis knows all about it. LOL. I do. Shout out to the Gridiron Blitz for this one. But going to Joseph Marshall's comment, it's because I have the power. So I started dating the new twin a week ago. Yesterday, she broke up with me. Asia says, what the heck? Okay, y'all. Melatonin is kicking in. I'll holla. All right, the Gridiron Blitz. Appreciate you for coming out, brother. Appreciate that super chat as well. You have a blessed night, and I will talk to you. If you're not dead asleep after the stream, then I'll talk to you tomorrow. Joseph Marshall says, shh, it's story time, Asia. This probably would have been better to tell over Twitter DM. LOL. No doubt for the brand, baby. Absolutely. I'll save it for later. Trav is backing me up for the time being. Oh yeah, everybody deserves to find that special somebody. May the Rolodex have mercy. Peace, chat, night, everyone. Says the Gridiron Blitz. If you guys are not subscribed to the Gridiron Blitz, definitely do so. He'll be on Saturday for the XFL.
for the TrailBlazers.
All right, we are
Those
back.
Our Xfinity home security
Take off the
numbers.
halftime scroll.
McCollum had 19, but only 4 in the second. Brandon Knight with 13. He had 8 of those in the second. Here come the Pistons. They get it first, working in front of the Blazer bench here.
All right, Sekou with the basketball.
If you are a starter for the Pistons here in this third quarter.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
Our bench bailed us out.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose with
To
great
Thon Maker.
penetration.
Thon Maker shoots
Thon
a
Maker
3
short with
off
the
the
corner
iron.
3. Rebound saved
McCollum brings it
by
up.
Hassan Whiteside. C.J. McCollum was so explosive out of the
Too
gate.
bad Abdul ain't here.
Along with Gary Trent Jr. in the backcourt. Carmelo Anthony on the weave, hands to Trevor Ariza. Back toward McCollum.
To
Snell
McCollum.
almost got his pocket
Screen by Whiteside.
Ariza with a
Ariza,
shot fake and a
floater,
drive
and
a floating gun
gets
that
it.
goes.
Tough shot.
Late in the shot
55-51.
clock, too. It's 55,
11 minutes
51,
remaining in the
Portland.
third. Rose to Thon.
Just underway
To
here in
Speed.
the second half. You missed a heck of a Piston second quarter.
Back to Thon, who gives it back to
Hopefully
Speed.
you
Shoots
saw
the
it.
3.
Steve McCollum
Airballs
misses
it.
from the corner.
They leave
Ariza.
that corner alone. Thon Maker, I don't know if he got rimmed from that corner. And
To
Thon's,
McCollum. Guarded by
Tyler
Speed.
certainly didn't there.
Whiteside for
Carmelo.
Pass across
Pass
the court,
deflected
knocked
out of bounds
Good
off
play
of
by
Derrick
Derrick
Rose.
Rose with the shot clock at 9. Ariza from the sideline for the TrailBlazers.
Ariza gives it out to
C.J.
McCollum.
gives to Whiteside and gets it back in a screen.
Trent
Trent
Jr.
with a
shoots
hanger.
it, misses
Can't
it.
get tapped in by
Whiteside
Hassan
with a
Whiteside.
putback.
Yeah. After the double on McCollum, it was hard to get back inside to get a body on Whiteside. He hurt the Pistons with the offensive rebound.
Sekou Doumbouya
Sekou.
thinking about driving it, does, flips it up
And
and
got the
fills it up.
floater to
Threw it
fall.
up over Hassan Whiteside for a score. That's a much-needed Piston hoop for the youngster, the youngest player in the league, just barely 19 years of age.
Hey, shout out to
McCollum down
Asia,
the lane.
#1
Got
in
it
top
blocked.
hours. Followed by Arthur. And Jeffrey Russell, the Gridiron
Derrick
Blitz.
Rose scores on
RIP
the other
Juice.
end.
And a nice burst of speed.
Joseph
Thon Maker
Marshall
got the block
and
a moment ago
RC.
to help the Pistons
West
go
Branch
the other way
Balls.
with it. Remember, they
Doc
scored in transition after
And
defensive
Greg,
line in that second
appreciate
quarter.
that, you guys.
Backdoor cut. McCollum. Pass from Ariza for an easy deuce, 59-55. Portland with the lead.
All right, Tony Snell,
gives to
back
Derrick
to Derrick Rose.
Crosses
And
over
we got a
on
travel
McCollum.
violation off of Derrick
They call it a
Rose.
travel.
Pistons down 4,
Here's
9:26
Thon. He's gonna
remain
get a piece
in
of
the third
McCollum, and
quarter.
here's the value of keeping it in bounds. Now you go the other way with it, and maybe you get an early opportunity as Derrick Rose cashed it in.
Hey, Asia's good people,
Whiteside
man.
back to McCollum. Trent barely stayed in bounds. Shot clock at 8 for Carmelo Anthony.
He's looking for the
Kyle, stop and
top
fire
watch
and fill
hours.
it up.
Carmelo with the jumper.
Carmelo 6 out of 10 for 16. 61-55 Portland.
Just under 9 to play in the
Tony
third.
Snell, topside to Thon Maker. Trying to get the ball to Derrick Rose and could not. Speed has it
Speed
topside.
with basketball, shoots a
Speed
3
leans, guns,
and
goes.
gets
Nice to
it.
see that go.
Yeah, get him off the snide.
Which he's been on
58
since
to 61.
the pre-All-Star game break when he missed all that time, still trying to play himself and back into the rhythm he was enjoying before his injury.
3-point Portland lead, that's all. They keep it inbound.
Carmelo with the basketball,
Anthony with
gives
the
up
clock
to
at 10, goes
Hassan
Whiteside. He's got
Whiteside.
Tony Snell on him. Thon Maker goes to double.
Whiteside misses
Shot
it.
won't fall,
Rebounded
and
by
Thon with a
Thon
rebound.
Maker.
Good D
Derrick
by the
Rose
Pistons
brings
against
it up.
Whiteside. Thon screens for Derrick Rose.
Shoots a
He
wide
fires,
open
he
3
fills
and
it up.
got
That's
the
a
triple to
for
fall.
Derrick. And we're tied at 61.
Good job by Derrick of reading
61
the
all.
screener
8 minutes
and what the
remain
guy,
in the third.
His defender was doing with that screen.
Trent Jr.
Trent Jr.
off
stops
iron.
and misfires.
Rebounded by Sekou. Derrick Rose brings it up.
Derrick Rose to forecourt. Near swipe.
Out of bounds.
by
Detroit
Trent
basketball.
Jr.
Off of Trent Jr.
Pistons set some good screens, and the shooters have made them pay off.
Thon Maker's done a nice job of setting screens. You know, Thon's not the biggest guy in the world,
RC
but
with
the point of a screen, get in the way, make the defender
224,000
have to
points.
veer to do something, either make a
Arthur
decision
with
to go over the top, go under.
25,000.
Derek
Amy
makes
with
his defender
25,000.
Trent paid
The
that
Gridiron
time
Blitz with
for going
20,000.
underneath. Thon Maker setting good screens out
Jeffrey
there.
with
Shot clock
136.
down to 5 for
Hawks
Sekou.
with
He will
109.
stop and fire and fill it up.
Peyton Griffin with 103.
Pistons by 3
Devon
on
Ogletree
the
with
downtown
101.
gun from Sekou Doumbouya.
All of a sudden, they've
Frostfish
got
has 101. And
an
Judge
offensive
Anam
spark.
has
Derrick
100
Rose,
points.
Steve Mikhailuk, now Sekou.
It's a 9-0 Piston
Hey,
run.
shout out to
That's another one.
They had a 19
shout out to
0
Hollywood
run in
80 with the
quarter.
boom
What's that song? Feels like another one?
boom emojis.
Carmelo
Says
Anthony
fourth and
ends
points.
the
Come
run
on.
with a corner 3.
Shout out
Basketball
Gridiron
game,
Blitz.
though, here in Portland.
Oh, great place and a heck of a ball game.
Derrick
Derrick
Rose.
gives it up
Thon
to
Maker.
Nice shot
Pump fake
That
for
shot
a
goes
jam. Nice
Thon.
job on the
And the
pump fake.
Pistons are up 2.
That's how you take it to the rack.
Yep, exactly.
Remember that, Thon.
Pump fake and
Just
go
that.
hard.
That was beautiful.
Got him thinking about something else. Blew by him.
Trent to CJ. To Whiteside. Back to
Whiteside
CJ.
hands back to McCollum. Cross-court feed to Trent Jr. Ariza from the corner for
Ariza
3. Won't
off
go
the
through.
iron, rebounded by
throws it back
Whiteside.
up. No.
Misses it.
Rebound to
Ariza
Trevor
got the
Ariza.
loose ball. Carmelo shoots a
Carmelo
wide open
Anthony.
3.
Rattles it
Assisted
home from
by
downtown.
CJ McCollum.
Carmelo with 22.
It's a 1-point game. Blazers
Who
are up
decided he
1.
couldn't help out in this
6:19
league
remain in
anymore?
the third.
I don't know who made that decision. Obviously, they were wrong.
6 and 12 to play here in the third. Pistons get another crack. Thon Maker.
Out of bounds
had
off
it
of
batted
Thon Maker.
away, he thought, but the officials say
Portland's
he lost
ball.
it out of bounds. The home team, by virtue of a Carmelo 3,
They called the timeout. Justin Marshall says, no one can donate to me for some odd reason. Streamlabs is taking the revenge on me. I do appreciate everybody in the building. You guys truly do mean a lot to me. We definitely are having a great stream today. As soon as the game resumes, I will be resuming the game audio. For all the emojis I've used and all the times I couldn't out me in timeout for them. Eric says, hey Troxel, going off sports here. What do you think of the Astros cheating in the World Series? I'm a Dodgers fan and think the trophy should be taken. I definitely think that the trophy should be taken, or at least with a asterisk by it. Appreciate that, PD Sports, with the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate that. The Coach Play says, yo, PD Sports, coming in hot. Absolutely appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely think that it should either be taken or have a big asterisk by it, because cheating never, ever pays off. You know, so I definitely, I don't like, what do you call it, that they cheated. But then in the same token, I don't respect the fans that were putting death threats on, you know, the players and things like that. Like, you know, yes, it is a horrible decision that they did to cheat, but to threaten people's lives is uncalled for.
But does give the Pistons a little bit of depth. Undrafted out of
Alrighty, we are back with the game audio,
just
folks.
A great young man. Had a chance to talk with him
What
today,
is going
George.
on,
When you
Blue
talk
and
to him,
Silver
his
Phantom?
voice will remind you of Barry
Says,
White.
what's up,
It's that
Troxel?
deep.
Any Jordan Bone
Good stuff
or
with
Dante
Derek
Hall?
Walton Jr.
We have not
before
seen
the
them
game.
yet. We have not seen
Johnny
Walton
Kane.
Jr.
You know what I
either.
liked about that footage?
Oh,
How,
stolen by the
you know, all those
Pistons.
guys would love to
Christian
hear
Wood
that.
to Derrick Rose. Derrick
But
Rose
they
gets
all seem
fouled
to
hard.
rally and
Goes
cheer
to the
and be
free throw
happy
line
for
for
the guy
two.
That did get the call.
Pistons get a stop, and Derrick Rose belted down. Is drawn a McCollum foul.
Asia says, oh, okay, she took it back.
Derrick Rose gets the first. There's Derek Walton, our Flagstar Bank starring role. Looking at the notable Pistons born in Detroit, you start with Dave DeBusschere, the great Hall of Famer.
Man, Dave DeBusschere, first
Also a
player
baseball guy.
player coach
The late
in
great
the
Dave DeBusschere
NBA.
from the University of Detroit and Austin Catholic. Others on that list include Reggie Harding,
Earl
Eric Monty,
Cureton.
Terry Tyler, Earl Cureton, Chris Webber.
I did meet Earl
And then you're looking
Cureton
at right there, Derek Walton Jr.
the same year we drafted Spencer
Instant
Dinwiddie.
Heat, George Trapp.
And I
One of
met
the guys
also
I could
Spencer
think of.
Dinwiddie.
Also on that list, some great Detroiters for Piston Blue.
Earl the Twirl, Finney High School.
Yeah, Asia.
And the
Pistons got a
University of
1-point
Detroit
lead. It is
got his
68 to
number
67 with
24, retired last
5:28
month
remaining in the
On
third.
that list.
Hassan Whiteside at the free throw line. Misses
John
the
Henson
first.
committed the foul. Whiteside at the line. Pistons welcoming
No
Kawhi
death threats
Leonard,
are
Paul
definitely
George,
not cool.
and the Clippers for the only time this season, Friday, March 27th.
FKA
Your
Positively
tickets call
Detroit,
313 Pistons or
9071.
visit pistons.com. Neither free throw would fall for Whiteside.
Well, we told you he's not a very good free throw shooter. Better this year, but still struggles at times. And
Svi
seems to be
Mihailu
in a bit of a funk right
to
now.
Derrick
So if
Rose.
he gets it near that basket,
Screen
you got
by
a chance to
Christian
foul him.
Wood.
Foul him. Don't let him and one you.
Derrick
Snell
Rose
saved
with
it.
a great
Got it
pass
to
out
his
of the
feet.
drive.
Speed
Pistons are trying to make it work.
turns
for a
around,
hoop.
shoots
Speed
it
fires
off the
classic
glass
goal.
and in.
I like that
Pistons
because
70, the Blazers 67.
Pistons
I
by
liked it
3.
because he had to work overtime to get it. He didn't
McCollum
quit
brings
on
it up.
though. He didn't give it up. He believed in himself as a scorer and speed.
Screen by
Another basket
Carmelo.
here in the third quarter.
McCollum
Just under
drives
5
it, gives
play
up
in
to
the third. McCollum sets up
Whiteside. Whiteside got the
for a score.
jumper to fall.
Whiteside in double figures with 10. He also has 9 rebounds.
Derrick Rose brings
Pistons
it up.
with a 1-point lead in the third here
Screen
in
by
Portland.
John Henson.
Derrick
Derrick
has
Rose
Whiteside
shoots
on
a
him
triple.
outside, fires over him. It won't fall.
Misses
Henson
it.
follows
Henson
with a
turns
sweeper,
around with
and
the
he
hook
scores
and
it.
gets the hook
Rose
shot
is
to
a
go.
right-handed player, but he loves to use that left hand inside.
72 to
Gets
69.
great distance out of
Just
it.
under 4.5 to
McCollum
play.
deep,
Whiteside with the
able
easy
to
lane.
score.
That's where you foul him, George. That's where you hack him. You don't let him get it up above us. Take the
Blazers
foul,
down
put
one.
him on the free throw line.
Derrick Rose drives it.
Derrick
Gives up
Rose
to
for
John
Henson.
Henson, who shoots
Corner
it for
gun for
2.
John Henson won't go.
Or I'm sorry, a 3. Misses it.
Rebound
Out of bounds
out
off
of
of Christian Wood.
To Portland.
Portland basketball. 4:06 remaining in the
Junior
third.
Replaced by Anferny Simons.
Anthony Simons.
Derrick Rose going to the bench.
Ian McCollum and
First
Ariza,
Brown
Carmelo
comes in.
Anthony, and Whiteside on the court for Portland. McCollum dribbles
McCollum
into the shot. It won't
misses the
fall.
triple. Henson with the
Pistons
rebound.
board it.
Speed brings it
They've
up.
got a 1-point lead. 3:48 to play in the third.
Speed drives
Steve
it.
Mikhailuk with the drive.
There's a foul.
Henson tried to set a screen, knocked down, whistle, and a foul.
You can tell that Henson's a pretty smart, heady player out there, can't you? I mean, he gets himself in the right spots.
Exactly.
He's not the biggest guy, but
Looks
he
like it's
plays
gonna be
with
side
a
out.
great deal of understanding.
Speed
That
shoots
was
a
the third
3.
foul on Ariza.
Out of
Mikhailuk's
bounds.
Shot won't fall. Pistons right now with Bruce Brown and their first half offensive hero Brandon Knight on the court
Does
with
that mean every
Christian
time I
Wood and
lose to the
Henson and
Astros
Svi.
in the show 19? I can convict the other players of cheating and just wipe that loss from history.
Simons against Brandon Knight.
Simons, guarded by Brandon Knight, gives up to C.J. McCollum.
McCollum on the bounce.
To Carmelo, to Trevor Ariza. Back to Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony with a clock at 6. Takes
Shoots
the
it,
lane,
gets
fires
fouled,
it,
goes
won't
to the
fall,
free
but
throw line for
he'll
2.
get the whistle to go his way.
Brandon Knight picks up the foul.
Foul's called on Brandon Knight.
It is 72 to 71,
George,
3:22
Sekou
remaining in
Doumbouya
the
is
third.
the youngest player in the league, but I think Anthony Simons is the youngest looking player in the league. Why did we get a shot at him?
Yeah, you're right. Carmelo's at the line.
Carmelo makes the first.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, he looks
Game's
a little
tied
younger
up
than
at
Sekou.
72 all.
He's 15 years old.
Already in his second season.
How about that?
Langston Galloway off the Piston bench. Christian Wood, John Henson, Bruce Brown, Langston, and Brandon Knight for the Pistons. Mario Hezonja has checked in.
And Carmelo makes
for
them
the
both.
TrailBlazers,
Blazers with a 1-point advantage.
who now lead by 1.
Brandon Knight brings it up. Gives up to Christian Wood.
Christian Wood
Gives
gives
up
it
to
John
Henson, who gives it up to Bruce Brown.
Drives it. Brings it out of the paint. Shot clock at 8.
Bruce Brown
Takes
drives
back
it.
inside, threw
Try
it
to
up and drew
go
a foul.
with a reverse,
They got
but
him on
gets
the arm.
fouled by
That was gonna
Hassan
be a
Whiteside.
prayer.
Bruce Brown goes to
Unwise
free throw
foul
line
by
for 2.
Whiteside.
I don't know if the fans are, well, I'm sure they are booing the call. They're booing the officials, but if Whiteside did get a piece of that, he'll kick himself here. Watch this. You can see the hand in the back. He had the left hand in the back of Bruce on the shot attempt, and that's where the whistle was blown.
All right, Bruce Brown makes the first.
Let's keep
Free
it.
throw falls for Bruce
Keep
Brown.
it
Game's
that
all
left
tied
hand
up.
right
What's
there.
going on, Abdul Terrell?
It was quick, but he had it on there, and I think it probably
Jumping in
was
for a
enough
like and a view.
to affect the miss.
For a few, do the Pistons even have enough
Probably
players to
didn't
play
need it.
after buying out everyone?
Definitely didn't need it.
We do. All right, Bruce
buries
Brown
them
makes them
both.
both. Pistons by 1.
6.7 rebounds.
McCollum brings
and some
it up.
excellent defense from Bruce Brown. Carmelo Anthony will rest for Portland.
Oh, I'm excited about Walton Jr. as well. I want to see what he does back home.
For a walk in the paint.
All right, there's a travel.
We're down
We've
to
got a
2.
timeout call. I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I will be resuming the game audio. I appreciate you guys for being so patient. If you guys are new, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Also subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will be doing the Pistons and the, I think it's the, hold on, let me see the schedule real quick. Okay, I will be doing the Denver Nuggets on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, I will be doing the Pistons and the Suns. So it's both of my favorite teams going to add it on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing both games. Definitely hit that notification bell. And check out the community tab. I will be either posting other members of the Sports Movement Network, their content, or I'll be letting you guys know, the upcoming schedule, or also, give it up to you guys to pick my schedule. If you guys got a game that you guys really want to see, write it on a video. I do read all the comments. And reply to all the comments as well. What's going on, Money Gates? Or Money Gets? Let's go, Portland. We need that W. Definitely want to give a shout out to all the Portland TrailBlazers fans. You guys have been awesome. Here in the Sports Movement Network, you will see all all NBA teams and also all NFL teams and college teams. Here on Troxel Sports Talk, I do college football and basketball as well as the NBA and NFL. The Gridiron Blitz does everything football. He does the XFL, NFL, and NCAA football.
And it was going to stay that way.
All right, we are back with game audio, folks.
Knew he needed help. So,
definitely check out the
again, my Taco Bell
description. I have every single member of the Sports Movement Network and Sports Movement Network Entertainment Division.
He usually takes everything.
They are
over.
all great channels.
Dwayne Wade was more than willing to let him have it.
And we
But he
bring
also won 2
integrity
more
and
championships,
great
so as a
content.
result.
All right, Langston Galloway with the
I agree
lay-in.
with you, Gregory.
Simons
Every
brings
step
it
of
up,
the way, Langston
or
Galloway
gives it up to
steps to the basket and scores.
Hazonia.
And the Pistons are up 76 to
Hazonia
73.
guarded by Langston, who gives up to Whiteside.
Whiteside against John Henson.
Gives it back to
Simons at the
Simons.
elbow.
Simons
That's gonna
off
be
the
short.
rim.
Controlled
Henson
by
with the
John Henson.
rebound. Brandon Knight brings it up.
Brandon Knight, Bruce Brown, Henson, Christian Wood, and Langston for the Pistons. Christian Wood with a shot fake. Trying
Christian
to get
Wood
closer to the basket against the
drives it, misses it, got his own miss, and got the putback. Nice job, Christian Wood.
So you have that split second to get yourself in position to where it's probably going to come off too. Christian Wood did that.
Pistons with a
Yeah, Derrick
5-point
Rose
lead,
deserves to
Little
get a
with
ring. He
shot.
needed to get
No.
bought out.
Langston Galloway with a rebound.
All right, Langston with basketball. Gives up to Christian Wood.
Back to Christian against Little. Christian bulls his way to the
Christian
basket.
Wood with an and one.
And a foul.
Woo! All right, Christian Wood.
Christian Wood wearing out the TrailBlazers right now.
Pelicans beat
I
the
really don't know
Warriors
how
115
he
to
is able do
101.
this so consistently
Shout out to Spotlight
and then put it
Sports
on the
Talk.
floor
He
with
covered
his
that
slim
game.
body and move
Appreciate
guys
that, Asia, for the
and
update.
score through contact.
Christian Wood made the free throw.
Again and again and get free
Has
throws.
16 points and 3
Another
rebounds
Piston
on
run.
5
It's
for 9
reached
shooting.
9, and they lead
It
by
is
8
81 to
after the
73.
free throw for Christian Wood.
120 remain in the third.
Hazonia touches it inside for Little.
Little
Shot
gets blocked by
swatted and
Christian
caught
Wood.
by Christian Wood.
Christian
Picks
Wood
it
gives
off
up
the
to
deck for
Brandon Knight.
Brandon with a couple of crossovers on Simons. Screen from Henson. Brandon wraps it around. John Henson
And
scores
John
it
Henson
off
with the
window, and
lay-in.
The Pistons have a 10-point lead.
This bench tonight is putting on a clinic.
All right, we got a timeout called. I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. The Pistons are up 10, 83 to 73 with 1 minute remaining in the third. Asia says Zion with 28 points. Hey, shout out to Zion. I still have the Portland TrailBlazers defeating my Detroit Pistons. But by the looks of it, it is looking like a close game. And I'm loving that. You know, I don't care if we lose, just keep it competitive. You know, don't go out there half-footed and, you know, and get blown out. That's all I ask for. If we're going to embrace the tank, don't go out there and get blown out. That's all I ask. I don't care if we win, lose, or draw. I am a Detroit Pistons fan. But, you know, don't get blown out and just be competitive. That's all us fans can really ask for at this point. Brandon Knight has 13 points. Christian Wood has 16 points. John Henson has 8 points and 6 rebounds.
Portland
Oh, we do got a little bit of copyright music still.
Piston
Alrighty,
run.
we are back.
This is incredible. And how about Dwayne
McCollum
Casey's decision
brings
to
it
bring
up.
Christian Wood off the bench now for the second
Screen
game
by
in a row
Whiteside.
and get the type of dividends you
McCollum with the
realize.
lay-in.
Keeping that bench strong.
Blazers had to have a hoop, and McCollum got it for them.
Brandon Knight brings it up.
83-75. Final minute, third quarter. Pistons lead by
Bruce
8.
Brown to Henson.
They were down 19 in the first.
Henson to Brandon
Brandon
Knight
Knight
to
whips
Christian
it.
Wood.
Against Wenyan Gabriel to the basket.
Misses
Off
it.
iron,
Rebounded by
Whiteside.
Whiteside, who gave it to
Controlled it
McCollum.
For McCollum.
McCollum
CJ
drives
McCollum
it
with the drive and a
and
scoop
got
and
the
a score.
lay-in.
Well, you got to get back and set yourself and have a wall ready back there just in case McCollum gets by his defender, which he did. But once he did, he didn't have any more resistance.
Brandon Knight
near
with
the
the
rack.
basketball.
Pistons seemingly not ready to play D that time back.
Henson screen.
Brandon Knight with the floater
shot.
and
Sticks it.
in. 4.3
Brandon Knight
remaining in the
lengthens
third.
lead to 8.
85-77. Pistons with the lead.
Brandon Knight has 15.
Bruce Brown
Bruce
fouls.
Brown called for his first foul.
That's the first and the
Doing
last
a nice
two.
job with the basketball in his hands and making good decisions, setting up his teammates when they're available, and certainly getting his own tonight. Brandon Knight.
Pistons had that foul to give.
McCollum shoots the
final
triple
second
and
shot.
gets the buzzer beater to fall.
Crowd roared.
Got the
with
triple.
approval that
CJ
forced Portland to win.
McCollum is on
Even
fire
with all the
today.
good fortune of the third quarter and the bench.
What's going on, Blaze? How's it going, brother? It is 80-85 at the end of 3. We got ourselves a really good game, folks. Pistons were down as much as 19 points. And after 3, we have a 5-point advantage heading into the money quarter. Do appreciate each and every single one of you guys for coming out. If you guys can give the stream a thumbs up, be greatly appreciated. If you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will be your home for March Madness, as well as I'll be doing the NBA Finals and playoffs as well. During the offseason, I'll be doing the NBA. Whoa, excuse me. I'll be doing the NBA draft as well. And for the NFL draft, I will have one of the 3 days, as well as Amy Amor will have one of the 3 days, as well as the Gridiron Blitz will have one of the 3 days. So we're definitely going to bring to you guys some great content. The NBA draft and NBA draft will have the audio for it. Shout out to Korea. What's going on? Appreciate you for coming out. You can't get me with that, Luke. Appreciate that. Pistons scored 34-27.
35% early.
All right, we are back.
51% since. The Blazers at 71% early.
Simon
only
with the basketball, guarded by
38%
Brandon
since.
Knight. Gives up to CJ McCollum. McCollum with the
that
step
late
back
three
and
in the
got
third
the
gets
shot to
two
go.
from the baseline. He now has
Blazers
30.
are down 3 with 11:40 remaining in the fourth.
That's why you can't have the
Christian
what happened
Wood,
at the end of the third with McCollum
Brandon
happen
Knight.
especially when they're getting the ball to start the third quarter.
Foul.
Pistons give up 5 points off their 8-point lead without getting a
Hey,
chance
that
to
was a good
touch the
try, though.
basketball. And McCollum did all the damage.
Pistons led at one point 83-73. They led 85-80 after 3. They lead 85-82 right now.
All right,
Trip
Christian
down
Wood with the basketball.
called by Simons on Brandon Knight.
Langston Galloway. Screen by
Wood
Christian.
screens.
Sekou with the
Sekou
3.
Doumbouya with the long gun.
Off the iron. McCollum with the
Rebound,
rebound.
McCollum.
Brings it up the court.
Just underway in the fourth. The Pistons have a 3-point lead. Had a 10-point lead a couple of
McCollum
minutes ago.
got it out to Simon, who
They
gives
pitch it
up to
inside
Chris
to
or to Whiteside.
Jackson bumps on
Hook
Christian
shot
Wood
and in.
hooked over him and hit it. Used his
Don't look
size
now.
and
Portland's
strength
down
there.
1 with 11 remaining in the ball game.
Simon's
Foul
got a
on
hand
Simon.
Brandon Knight whistled for the foul.
Here's
Troxel stream
Whiteside.
XFL games. I
7'1",
don't.
265,
The Gridiron Blitz
and
does that.
Christian Wood
But if I get
listed
enough
at
supporters
214, might
to
be a
do
little
the
bit bigger
XFL
than
game,
that,
you know, I
nonetheless,
might.
50 pounds or close to it. The difference in that hookup.
Tail of the tape, huh?
Oh yeah.
Langston Galloway down the
All right,
lane.
Langston
Guns
with the
on hook
floater.
it goes. Pistons back
Pistons
up
by
by
3.
87-84.
Louisiana Sports Talk says close game.
C.J. McCollum lobs it inside for Whiteside.
Whiteside
Hanger, no.
misses it.
Rebound,
Wood
Christian
with the
Wood.
rebound.
Nice defense and finish with the
Bruce
rebound.
Brown
Bruce Brown,
Christian
nice
Wood
pass to Christian, scoops it, no.
misses the lay-in.
McCollum with the rebound.
Please go Portland.
Whiteside to Mario Hazonia.
Yeah, I'm a
Outside
Pistons fan.
McCollum. Long gunning way wide. Rebound, Sekou Doumbouya.
You know what? Bruce
Sekou
Brown
with the
made
rebound.
McCollum hurt
Brendan
that
Knight
shot.
brings it up.
Jumped at him,
Langston
and
Galloway
Sekou
for
disrupted.
3.
And a triple rattled home from the corner by Langston Galloway puts the Pistons back up by 6.
But I
with
love
10
good
minutes
basketball.
left.
So I'll definitely be I'll be doing a lot of different basketball
Whiteside.
games as well as
Hands to C.J. McCollum.
the playoffs and NBA
Simons
finals.
for 3, barely
And I'll also
caught
be
iron.
doing the
Rebound, Whiteside.
NCAA basketball and football as well as NFL.
Double teamed. Contact.
I'm born and raised in Detroit, so I'm definitely a hometown fan.
It's on
And I
Christian
do
Wood.
enjoy the Phoenix Suns as well. Back when they had Steve Nash, they had me since then. I used to live out in Phoenix while they had
Apologize for
Steve
some language
Nash
you may
and
have heard. We
and
have
that
9 and
squad.
46
That was
to
a
go
heck
in
of a
the game.
squad. What's going on? Hot Take Sports.
Whiteside comes out for a rest.
I need Portland to pull this out, man.
Ariza and
Absolutely.
Carmelo
They're a good
Anthony back in
squad.
the ball game. Gabriel screens.
Yeah, Pistons came back, bro.
McCollum down
Absolutely.
deep.
Christian Wood with the
Misfires
rebound.
to Christian Wood. Hands to
Bruce Brown brings
Here
it
come
up.
the Pistons. With a 6-point lead.
Brandon Knight
9.5
with the
to go in
basketball.
game.
To Christian Wood. Back to Knight.
Brandon Knight, screen from Wood. Got Gabriel on him now. Holds that pivot foot, cross courts to Langston Galloway.
Langston.
Clock at
Got
4 for
3
Langston.
seconds.
Gonna have to shoot it.
Christian Wood for
will
3.
shoot it.
And gets the
scores it
triple to
from
fall.
behind the long line. Ask the crowd to be quiet.
Kimson
It's
X says,
93,
hey,
84
bet on
Pistons.
Portland.
Wow, the beauty of
What's
that.
going on? Kimson
A
X.
lot of time off that clock and scored at the very end, and it was a triple.
9
Carmelo
minutes
with the
left.
basketball, guarded by Sekou.
Shot clock at 10 for the Trailblazers.
Carmelo
Anthony steps
shoots
to the
it
shot.
and gets it to
Knocks
go
it down.
over Sekou.
Throughout his
Yeah, my
career,
stream is done.
has been a very sound one-on-one.
Luke, you're not going to get me with
basketball
those.
player. Puts the pressure on anyone defending him to stop
Good
it.
try, though.
93-86 Pistons, 8.5 left.
Bruce
sees
Brown
some
drives
daylight.
it, gives it out to
Gives it up
Christian Wood.
Wood.
Got 3 seconds.
Clock at 2 for Christian. Langston
Langston shoots a 3.
It's off the heel.
No good.
Rebound, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo with the rebound. McCullum brings it up.
8:14 left. Pistons with a 7-point lead in Portland.
Portland with the basketball.
C.J. McCollum.
McCullum
Backs
guarded
up
by
against
Doumbouya.
Doumbouya. Clock at 7.
Simons wide
Simons
open
from
for
the
3.
corner.
Off the
Missed
iron,
it.
rebounded by
Christian
Christian
with the
Wood.
rebound.
Brandon Knight brings it up.
Brandon Knight weaves his way to forecourt, and the Pistons will take
There is a timeout. Detroit.
With 7.
All right, I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. I do appreciate you guys for being patient. It is 93-86 with 7:52 remaining in the ball game. How's this happening, Troxel? Pistons up? Hey, they're doing it with defense. It's shocking how they could do good things with defense. At least the Pistons are trying, unlike my Sixers. You know, with those playoff contending teams and things like that, you know, they're gonna go through these little ups and downs. Like I don't have any worries about the the Lakers. I have no worries about the Clippers, Sixers, Celtics. I don't have fears of them because I know when it comes down to it, they're gonna be in the conference finals. You know, it's an 82-game season. What's going on, Damian Constanzin? Hopefully I said your last name properly. If not, I'm terribly sorry. It says, same. I need Portland to win, bro. Kimson X says, cheers. Hot Take Sports says, Portland is going to bust my parlay, and I'm not going to be happy. Well, I pray that they, what do you call it? They hit it for you. Even though it's against my Pistons squad, but at this point, I'm embracing the tank. As long as we're competitive, that's all that matters. You know, we got to see what we have from young kids and things like that. I appreciate that, Gil Soto Jr. with a $1.99 super chat. Appreciate you. Gave the thumbs up sticker. Appreciate that. Who for the finals? The Western Conference Finals is going to be the hardest one, but it's going to be an LA team. It's either going to be the Lakers or the Clippers, and for the the Eastern Conference, I have either the Sixers or the Bucks. Then not be happy because being happy, being as not being. Detroit Special says, our coup. I know Thunder are dark horses. Absolutely.
Helping you look good with your game plan.
All right, we are back, folks.
Rebounds.
Yep. And a workable turnover number to be sure tonight. Just 7 turnovers to Pistons.
All right, Langston.
Langston Galloway.
Alley-oop
Gets a
jam to
for
Christian Wood.
Man, that
Heck of a play out of a Dwayne Casey timeout. And now
What's
the
going on,
Pistons
Dwayne
have a
Boatwright?
9-point lead.
run to perfection.
McCollum with the basketball, guarded by Langston.
That makes every coach happy when you diagram a play
Gives up
and
to
the guys come
Ariza.
out and make you look
Gives
good.
up to Trent Jr. to Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony, so hard to guard against Sekou Doumbouya. Has to give it
Trent
up to
Jr.
Trent Jr.
McCollum.
McCollum with the clock at 2. Brandon
McCollum
Knight
with the step back with the triple as the buzzer goes off.
Offensive foul. It certainly looked like one. The officials let it play on. And the
Shout
Pistons
out to
paid for it.
CJ McCollum, 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Pistons. Langston Galloway
Langston
shot
with the
off
missed 3.
We'll mark that
Trent
right
Jr.
there.
with the rebound.
Yeah, if this thing game
McCollum
doesn't
brings
go
it
the way
up.
The Pistons are hoping down the stretch. That could be a
McCollum
big
shoots
part of it.
another triple.
McCollum shot
In
rattles
and
this
out.
time.
Gabriel with the rebound gets fouled. Goes to the free throw line.
Inside and a foul.
Here's
He's on Bruce
McCollum.
Brown.
Here's McCollum. Watch the off arm. Watch right there. Gets Brandon Knight off of him. That should have been a whistle. And this is valuable for Portland for more than just the 3 points that went up on the board, but the momentum.
All right,
the
Gabriel
crowd
gets
getting back
first.
into it. All those things
Cuts it
play
down
a part of
5.
this. Had that whistle been blown,
What's
that
going
basket
on,
had been taken
Samo?
away, this crowd would have been
Give him
deflated.
a Cole.
Again, they would
Hopefully
have
I said
to
your
pick
name
themselves up
properly.
some
If
other
not,
kind
I
of way.
am
One thing
terribly
to bump
sorry.
him with your chest or something, but he did use the arm.
And he gets them both. Cuts the lead down to 4.
Runyon Gabriel.
We got 6:45
makes
remaining
2
in the
free
ball
throws,
game.
And now it's a
Bruce Brown with
95-91
basketball.
Piston lead. 6:40 left.
The coach play says it's a wrap. Blazers
Langston
suck.
Galloway nearly got away. Clock at 10.
Hey, there's still enough time for my
And a
Pistons to
Portland foul.
mess it all up.
It's on Gabriel.
All right, Gabriel.
He'll sit down. Whiteside returns. And now the Pistons get Derrick Rose back in the game and John Henson. Brandon Knight and Sekou Doumbouya come out. 6:32 to play. Pistons with a
One Pride 40 says that me blowing up
95-91 lead here in
J-Lo's
Portland
inbox.
in a game the Blazers need
What's
badly.
going on, Andy? Says go Portland, come back. Bruce Brown with the basketball. Guarded by McCollum. Derrick Rose
Derrick sees some daylight.
drives it, gives it back up to Bruce
for the
Brown, who
corner
drains
three.
it.
Won't go through.
Misses
John
the
Henson on
three.
the offensive
Henson
board.
gets the rebound.
Back to Derrick, clock at 8. To the baseline.
Derrick Rose.
To the rim.
A
Blocked by
reverse,
Whiteside
got
on
it
the shot
blocked
clock
by
and caught by
Whiteside. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Little over 3 blocks.
McCollum is
Again,
awesome.
leads the league. Hassan Whiteside.
McCollum just lost it on the drive through traffic.
All right,
The
turnover
Pistons
off of
clogged the
McCollum.
lane enough
Detroit
to
basketball.
make that a no-go on the drive by McCollum. But watch Whiteside.
Wait,
He
Pistons
just
are
sized
winning,
this
says
up
One Pride
beautifully.
40.
He figured Derrick will try to slip it up there on the reverse
Coach,
window.
are you
and he
streaming
took the
Braves
angle
games? Uh-oh, what's going on?
Having been played.
All right,
Winston
Henson.
lost it inside. Henson scoops it up. Outside
Gives
Bruce
out to
Brown.
Bruce
Clock at
Brown.
5.
Bruce drives it,
on
shoots
McCollum.
it,
Fires from
and
in
gets
front,
it to
fills
fall.
up.
Had to do it. Clock was down. That
97,
became his opponent.
91.
But Bruce knew where
Pistons
he
by
was
6.
and got to
5
his
and a
spot
half
on the floor.
remains in the ball game.
Pistons 97, Portland 91.
Portland.
Carmelo Anthony shot.
Carmelo with the
hits it.
triple.
That's a 3, and it's a 3-point lead with 5 and 18 to play.
Carmelo Anthony
Yeah,
is
Portland
having a
definitely needs
throwback
Dame back, and they need Nurkic back.
He looks like a league scoring
This would have
champ.
been a 40-point blowout if they had those two guys back.
Derrick Rose steps into the shot.
Derrick Rose misses it, rebounded by
Halfway
Whiteside.
down, it came
McCollum
out
brings
to
it up.
Whiteside.
McCollum has
97
33
94, the
points.
Pistons still
Carmelo
lead it.
has 29,
McCollum
and
rises
Whiteside
and
has
does.
14.
In, won't go. Rebound, Bruce Brown.
All right, Bruce Brown with the rebound.
4 and 48 to play.
Henson with the
Henson
screen.
screens for Bruce.
Bruce misses
That's
the
gonna be
floater. McCollum brings it up.
B.J. McCollum
Gives it to
full court.
Carmelo, shoots a
Anthony with another
three.
shot. This one's off the
Misses
heel.
it. Christian Wood with the
Christian Wood
rebound.
We have 4.5
Derrick
left. The
Rose
Pistons
brings
have
it
the
up.
ball
And we
as
call a
3-point
timeout.
lead, and Dwayne Casey will take a timeout.
All right, I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I will be resuming the game audio. Hey, I appreciate that, Jeremy Correa. Hopefully I said your last name properly. Thank you for joining the family. You're definitely an MVP. See what the chat says. Eric says, I've been hearing Van Vliet may come to Detroit in free agency. Do you think he would be a guard that we need? As far as the system goes, he knows the Dwayne Casey system. So it possibly could be a good fit, but I don't know. I'm at this point, I think it's because of the Detroit Lions. My Detroit Lions love to get buddies into the system and things like that. So I think that kind of wore me out of getting players that are buddies with the coaching staff or coaches with the coaching staff and things like that. But, if he comes here and he does what he's supposed to do and does a good job of it, then who knows? It might be a good pickup. We definitely need a upgraded point guard who's young. So hopefully, he can help lead this rebuild. And, the rebuild doesn't take as long as expected. What's going on? Dexter Rojas says, I hope Blazers win by 2. Can Blazers win by 2? It's possible. They could catch fire at any second. The Blazers are one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. And the sad part is that's even without Dame Dollar and Nurkic. Imagine if those guys were playing, it'd be a 40 point blowout. What's going on? Pro Chi says, I have no idea what he says. Nuri Kwam Arua Diaz Maritas. Hopefully I said that properly. Pelicans won tonight. Shout out to the Pelicans. And what's going on, Nia Ernest? Kimson X says Portland needs to come back. Lions need some guards. If Van Noy comes here, puke.
The game.
All right.
The Pistons have the ball.
We're back.
With a 3-point lead.
Both teams kind of smallish out there right now.
Derrick Rose with basketball.
Derrick Rose with a crossover.
Drives it.
Clock at
Kicks
7
it out
for
to Tony Snell. 5 seconds.
Over Carmelo
Snell
with a
shoots a
shot.
3.
Off
Misses
by
it.
Rebound Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside with a rebound.
Ariza, Carmelo, and Trent Jr.
McCollum brings it up.
Starters out there for the Blazers.
Pistons have 3 guards out there on the floor. Tony Snell's the power forward.
Carmelo with the basketball.
With Bruce Brown
Backs down
called on him.
Bruce.
Backs and bumps. Up
Oh,
fake.
got
Not
fouled.
gonna get the shot
Bruce
near the
Brown
rim,
bit on the pump
But
fake.
he does get the foul called on Bruce. Marathon of the
LOL, I
Pistons
have
giving
my
away
Blazers.
gas for a year Wednesday the 4th. When the Pistons take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, all fans in attendance will automatically be entered to win. To enter online or purchase tickets, call 313-PISTONS or visit pistons.com/.
Hey, we already have our Bolin and guard packs.
Carmelo
Their names
Anthony
is
with the umpteenth 30-point game of
Tom
his
Gores
career.
and
This is his best scoring game
Ed
as a
Stefanski.
Blazer. Was 28 prior.
Carmelo
Missed
misses the
Rebound,
second.
Tony Snell.
It's a 2-point
Pistons
game.
by 2. 3:46
Derrick
to
Rose
play.
to Langston to Bruce.
Bruce Brown against McCollum.
Bruce Brown drives it, gives it out to
The hook,
Henson.
no.
Henson
Tap,
misses it.
no.
Bruce Brown with the tap,
How'd that
missed
go?
it.
Rebound,
Whiteside with the rebound. McCollum brings it up.
McCollum gets a Whiteside screen. Gets to
McCollum with the
basket,
floater,
puts it up,
misses
won't
it.
fall.
Whiteside with the
Whiteside
rebound and a jam.
flush. And we're
Don't
tied
look
in
now.
the
It is a
second.
tied ball game with 3 minutes remaining.
3:14 to play in Portland. Derrick Rose with the drive. Lost the handle. Thought
Ernest
it was
says I'm a
tipped out
Houston
by the
fan.
Blazers.
Shout out to Houston. Damien says let's go.
Portland's going to take a timeout.
All right, we got a timeout. Portland. I do have to mute it for copyright music and commercials. Axel Pimentel 23 says, yeah, I'm hurt. This was supposed to be an easy W. Dexter Rojas says, let's go Blazers. Joseph Marshall says, I don't even know where Oklahoma is. Hawk says, hello, Amma. Axel says, that's what I'm talking about. Come on. Dexter says, let's go Blazers. Give me that McDonald's money. Definitely got a great bunch in the building. I do appreciate every one of you guys. If you guys could hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, hit that notification bell. I do NBA, NCAA basketball, as well as college football and the NFL. Derrick Rose should go back to the Bulls. Actually, I think Derrick Rose needs to go to a title contending team. He deserves a championship ring. I mean, it would have been nice if he could have pulled it off in Chicago in his first, when he was drafted over there. But he deserves at this point go get a title.
The call that was not
All right,
made
we are back. McCollum brings
on
it
what
up.
looked like a McCollum push-off. Give Portland an 11-2 run. So it was definitely about more than just the basket, but what it did to
All right,
reshape
Hassan
this game.
Whiteside gives it back
In
up to
Portland's
C.J.
favor.
McCollum.
Another sellout
McCollum
crowd
gets
here
double.
making a lot of
Carmelo
noise.
with the basketball,
Carmelo
guarded by
Anthony
Christian Wood.
Gives it up to
McCollum with the basketball, drives it, shoots it over Christian Wood and in.
So make it
Portland with a 2-point advantage. 2:45 remaining in the ball game.
Since McCollum's basket, that was allowed.
Bruce Brown stolen.
Turnover.
Trevor Ariza misses the layup. Bruce Brown with the rebound. Christian Wood brings it up. Bruce Brown with the basketball gives it up to Derrick Rose.
2:22 to play. Derrick Rose against Ariza on the
Stolen. Carmelo with the basketball gives it up to C.J. McCollum, who brings it up the court. Guarded by Tony Snell.
2:10 left. Portland's up 2. Anthony screens for McCollum.
C.J. drives it, floater, and
Gets
gets it off the glass.
But it went.
When Damian Lillard is not in the lineup for Portland,
That's a 5-point game.
He really is in the lineup for Portland. But
Derrick Rose drives
he's
it,
wearing jersey number 3.
gets the lay in to
CJ
fall.
McCollum.
Derrick Rose took it right.
There was a
in
no
the
call.
right side, knocked him down and scored. It's 101-99 on the deuce from Derrick. A minute.
What's going on, Michael
left.
Jones? Your
Portland
boy
with a
Demo.
2-point lead in the ball at their place.
What's going
Shot
on?
with the basketball right now, folks. 37 points.
McCollum with a crossover.
CJ drives it at the free throw line,
Fires
shoots it,
no.
misses it, goes to the free throw line for
A
2.
brush by Bruce Brown's called a foul.
128 remain. TrailBlazers 101, Pistons 99. Oh, there might be a technical.
Fourth foul on Bruce.
Bruce Brown did drop the F-bomb to the ref. So
take
there's
a
a
look.
possibility he might get tech.
Well, that's a tough call.
All right, McCollum makes the first. There was no
Property
technical.
restoration with the Pistons' upcoming schedule.
Bruce Brown
The Nuggets and Suns
smart
and
enough to
Kings
walk
finish
away.
the trip, and it's home against the Oklahoma City Thunder on March 4th.
And McCollum makes them both.
With 39 points.
103 to 99. Portland with the lead. A minute and a half left.
Derrick Rose gives to
Christian Wood to Tony Snell, who shoots a 3. Misses it. Whiteside couldn't corral it. Christian Wood gets it back and jams it home.
2-point game with a minute and 13 to play.
Christian right back in the game off the bench and immediately produces a big bucket that the Pistons needed in the effort to pull the upset here.
McCollum against Bruce Brown. Gets his screen. And
All right,
now
McCollum
Bruce
with the
is
basketball,
locked
guarded
in
by
on
Christian
Carmelo
Wood.
Anthony as Christian Wood's on McCollum. 2 in the
Christian
clock.
Wood shoots the,
A tough force
or
for McCollum.
McCollum
Christian
misses
Wood,
the triple.
great defense.
Rebounded
Missed
by
it. Derrick Rose,
Derrick
with the
Rose,
rebound.
who brings it up. And a foul.
Pistons are
Or
gonna
no,
take a
timeout.
with 45.6
45.6
seconds to play.
remain. They are down 2. It will be side out when we return. I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I will be resuming the game audio. Damien says, don't sleep on Toronto. Absolutely. Bucks clinched the playoffs today. Doesn't the Suns come out of the East and the moon comes out the West? You know, it's sad being a Phoenix and a Detroit fan. You know, the Pistons had high hopes coming in off of a playoff appearance last year. And the Suns came out strong to start the season, and now they're, you know, up and down. What's going on, Christian Monzon? I got 30 on the Blazers. The Grizzlies been playing good, absolutely. And you know, they got a very young core. That's a very team you do not sleep on in the upcoming years. Pistons got to come back and win that fourth quarter. It's 16-23 in that fourth. There is some copyright music, and we are going to be resuming the game audio very, very shortly. All right, we are back. Feed to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose gets it blocked by Hassan Whiteside.
The Blazers have the ball.
Carmelo to C.J. McCollum, who brings it up.
Blazers are going to elect to play this out and get a stop here.
McCollum against Langston Galloway. Carmelo Anthony open for a minute.
Oh, my goodness. Carmelo pulling up Melo like things.
20.4 seconds to play.
There's another timeout. (105 to 101), 20.4 remain. Pistons call the timeout. Steffi B says, Melo on fire. Absolutely. It's good to see that. You know, he was out the league for a while, and it's good to see him back. You know, it's good to see him actually balling. Damien says 114 to 112, question mark. Dexter Rojas says, heck nah, no OT. Asia says I did. 3-point, please. McCollum balled out, says the leak. Laker fan says Asia. The leak says Melo and CJ. You know, just imagine when Damian Lillard comes back. That is going to be a nice three-headed monster, and then you got a down low presence in Hassan Whiteside. Pabu Dev says, hoping for overtime. Money Get says Melo has 2 more good games in him. That's it. What's going on, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rex? Says Derrick Rose lost us the game. All right, we are back.
Left.
Tony Snell to inbound. Derrick Rose
finds Langston
to
Galloway
Langston.
for the
Langston
long gun.
misses
To
it.
the Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside to C.J. McCollum. Speed with the foul.
By Svi Mikhailuk with 12.5 seconds to play.
Come on, Pistons, get an upset, says Michael Jones. Andy says L.A. The league says Blazers will reach the playoffs. Absolutely. And win against the Lakers, I don't know about that one. Lakers go McDonald's buffet coming soon.
Needed to be a 3 because it was a 4-point lead, and you figured, you know, you're going to have to foul, and if they made free throws, you'd still be within a single possession. But now it will be very difficult for the Pistons to overcome what is now a 5-point deficit.
He got one, 106-101, 12 seconds left. Christian Wood with a long gun. It goes.
Christian Wood with the triple.
It's a 2-point game.
104 to 106.
And the Pistons
4.3 remain.
4.3 to go in regulation.
Yeah, no cursing in my chat, please.
McCollum walks down to the free throw line.
Well, the hope now in Christian Wood, another big game tonight, 26 points. He's got 9 rebounds. That was a huge 3 to keep hope alive. And hope is alive.
Wow, McCollum misses the first free throw.
Off the iron.
Oh, my God.
The best they can do is the 3-point lead.
Pistons do not have a timeout, unfortunately, here.
All right, makes the second. Pistons are out of timeout, so they have to go the length of the court. And it is a full court pressure. We got 4.3. Do we get it overtime?
Derrick Rose gives it up.
Derrick Rose, 2 seconds. Fouled. 2.1 remain.
With a foul with 2.1 to play.
Derrick Rose will go to the free throw line for 2.
A lot of talk, and there should have been, by us tonight about McCollum and Anthony, but Whiteside's had a big, big ball game.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Liam says, good game, easy.
There's 4 blocks to go with.
Asia says game over.
16 points
Let's
and
go
17
Blazers.
rebounds.
Pistons have 2 seconds, and again, with no timeout, they got to take it out 3-quarter court. Looking for a 3 here to tie this game.
They got Tony Snell and Langston Galloway. In the avenue,
Trent Jr. steals the
They
ball.
can't get it to them.
That is it, folks. That is your final.
Ball game.
What a ball game, folks. It is a 107-104 final. The Portland TrailBlazers hang on to this one. I do appreciate you guys. If you guys could give a thumbs up on your way out and subscribe to the channel, be greatly appreciated. Also check the description. I do have all members of the Sports Movement Network and TSMN Entertainment linked in my description below. And check out the Sports Movement Network merchandise store. That is also in the description below. Denver is a rock, says Vlada379. Jags Nation says, oh my bad. Jeremy Hansman says, hey, what's going on, Jeremy? Blazers money line, let's go, says Dexter. Dave Jackson says, oh man, can't believe I missed it. Just got in from work. Jeremy Hansman says, Asia, how's it going? So as I like to do during every post-game show, I do the stat lines for both teams. For the Portland TrailBlazers, CJ McCollum had 41 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. He was a rebound short of a triple-double tonight. He also had 1 steal, a turnover, and 2 fouls. Hassan Whiteside had 16 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocked shots, 2 turnovers, and 2 fouls. Carmelo Anthony had 32 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 fouls. Trevor Ariza had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 5 turnovers, and 3 fouls. Trent Jr. had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block shot, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Simons had 6 points, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and 4 fouls. Gabriel had 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 fouls. Hazonia had 1 assist. Nazir Little had 1 rebound and 3 fouls. And for the Detroit Pistons, Derrick Rose had 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 turnovers. Tony Snell had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 turnover. Sekou Doumbouya had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 fouls. Thon Maker had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block shot, 1 steal, 1 turnover, and 1 foul. Svi Mihailuk had 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, a turnover, and a foul. Bruce Brown had 8 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, and 4 fouls. Christian Wood had 26 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 block shots, and 2 fouls. Langston Galloway had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a turnover, and 3 fouls. John Henson had 8 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 block shots, 2 steals, and 1 foul. Brandon Knight had 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 fouls. Pistons shot 43% from the field to Portland's 49%. 31% from the 3-point line for Detroit, 43% for Portland. 95% for free throw percentage for Detroit. And 63 points. Hold on 1 second. 63 assist free throws for Portland.
That play, that block. I'm locked in, man, defensively. You know, I feel like I'm defense player of the year. You know, if not first team, I'm coming out here every night, man. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Guys trying to score at the rim, I'm there every time. So I knew it was a chance for me to get a big play right there.
You have, facing a Detroit team that doesn't have a guy like Andre Drummond, so a little bit different look where you guys got like Christian Wood and Thon Maker.
Man, Wood there. Wood was playing great. You know, he came in at that 4th spot. He was getting a lot of dunks. He athletic. But, you know, man, we got to come in there and grind that one out. We gave up a big lead. You know, they hit a couple shots. But like I said, man, I'm just going to protect that rim, man, for y'all.
Well, you did 4 times tonight in particular. League leader in block shots. Let me ask you, I know everybody who plays in this game, they talk about teams are going to go on runs, but you guys are up 19 in the blink of an eye, and then you're down 10 in the 3rd. How do you keep it even keel to make sure you guys are able to seal it?
Man, that's the new NBA. You know, so many three-point shooters. You know, it's a team effort. You know, guys coming off screens, shooting threes. You know, like I said, man, coaches want me to sit back and protect that rim for them, you know, and it's going to play out.
All right, last one. I'll let you get going. That CJ McCollum gave you a tap on the rear. How about him and Carmelo? That's the most points he's ever had in the Blazers uniform tonight.
Man, I love to see it. You know, with Dame out, guys stepping up. You know, when them guys stepped up big for us tonight. You know, they never rattle.
I appreciate your time.
I love it.
Hassan Whiteside. Brilliant tonight, 16.
All right, that was Hassan Whiteside, folks. All right, Pistons had 11 turnovers. Portland had 10. 18 assists for Detroit, 20 for Portland. 44 rebounds, 11 offensive for Detroit. 41 rebounds, 9 offensive for Portland. Both teams had 5 blocks. 7 steals for Detroit. 6 steals for Portland. 17 personal fouls for Detroit. 18 personal fouls for Portland. And 1 technical foul for Portland. It was on a 3-second in the paint. Steffi says Portland for playoffs. Absolutely. Lakers says okay. Arcoop says Portland just 3 games from the 8th playoff spot. Congrats on Lakers win, says Asia. 2K Play says, let's go. We lost. Shout out to 2K Play. That's my guy. But I definitely want to say I do appreciate everybody. We got up to 126. I haven't seen that since December. I do definitely appreciate that. Asia, I do have Disney Plus. You know, I definitely do appreciate that. You guys, you guys made my week. It means a whole lot to me. You guys, man, I can't thank you guys enough. I want a high pick. I just want to see us be competitive, 2K plays. I don't care about the pick. If we get a high pick, we get a high pick. If we don't, just be competitive. Let's see what this team really has. Going 12, 13, 14, 15 players down in the bench. I really want to see this team at it, every single player have its time. Hopefully on Tuesday when the Pistons play the Nuggets, we do see Derek Walton Jr. and Dante Hall. We did not see him today. But hopefully on Tuesday we do. I want to see what they have. They're on a 10-day contract, both of them. So hopefully that we see them and and that we can see what they have. I know Derek Walton as a player at the University of Michigan was a solid player. Dante Hall had a phenomenal summer league and preseason, I'm sorry. And has been tearing it up in the Grand Rapids Drive. I want to see what he has here in Detroit. On the bigger stage. Yeah, I wish we could have seen Dante Hall too. And using it for a recruiter. I think Christian Wood will be a good building block if he works on his game. Yeah, I do too, Eric. Brandon Ingram to the Pistons in free agency. Hey, we are not ever going to get a player like a Brandon Ingram. Unless we draft a player like a Brandon Ingram, we will never get a player like that. Because Brandon Ingram will look at how we handled Andre Drummond and be like, nah, y'all did him dirty. You gave him to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, a dumpster fire of a franchise. No offense to any Cleveland Cavalier fan. You know, but Andre Drummond even said, hey, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers are worse than the Detroit Pistons. You know, even now. You know, so for him to come out there and say that about his new team, you know, we did him dirty. You know, Drummond should be on a contending team. You know, let's face it. He gave everything he's had to Detroit, and, you know, we just let him go. You know, we did him dirty. Yeah, absolutely, Arku. And on top of that, we're a small market. You know, guys are not going to want to come here, especially in the middle of a rebuild. Or I should say a start of a rebuild. You know, they're going to want to go out there and try to win a championship. Yeah, Andre Drummond really said that. You know, when he said that, you listen. You know, because it's shocking. You don't ever really hear Andre Drummond be like, this team is trash. You know, as soon as he got traded after that very first game, he was like, if I knew that you guys were this trash, I would have never boarded up the plane. That means he would have never came in the first place. Like, you know, for him to say something like that, you know, there's an issue. I thought the Knicks was bad. Man, I don't know now. The Knicks got some competition. They got the Pistons and they got the Cavaliers. Kawhi and LeBron is never coming here. Thunder could rebuild without tanking. You know, the Thunder are a very good squad, and, you know, one good trade, they're right there. Asia says 2K, you wish. And Greek, come on now. Actually, I'm glad you did say the Greek Freak. There is rumors. Now, you take rumors for what it's worth. It's just talking his talking. But there is a rumor that says that the Lakers are going to try to go after Giannis Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak. And I don't see that happening. But what I do see is if they do land Giannis in with the Lakers, I see it being with a LeBron trade. So I could see LeBron going to Milwaukee and Giannis going to the Los Angeles Lakers. But now, is that feasible for both squad? Not really, but as far as the Lakers would be concerned, I mean, Anthony Davis and Giannis, that's a nice two-headed monster. You could build off of that for years to come. So long-term, that helps the Lakers. Short-term, I mean, it's an even swap short-term because you get, you know, the Milwaukee Bucks get LeBron James, you know, but then you give up that age gap. So long-term, you know, they get pretty much shafted. You know, and that's where I don't see that trade ever taking place. So when you see rumors and things like that, take it with a grain of salt. Just take it as a talking head trying to get a click, a view, and things like that. You know, but shout out to the Lakers today. They were in a dogfight with the Boston Celtics, and you know, and that you know, they came out and pulled it out. You know, they got thrashed the last game, came back and beat the Celtics. But outside of that, like today's game, I want to say shout out to the Portland TrailBlazers. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, and Hassan Whiteside combined for 89 points. The rest of the team combined for 18. You know, they were down, or they were up 19 points. And, you know, it was a 2-point game, 3-point game at halftime. And by the end of 3, the Pistons were up by 10. You know, that's an amazing comeback. So I see the fight in Detroit. Now, do I see a long-term rebuild? I do think that we do need a long-term rebuild. But I think we do got some pieces to work with. Bruce Brown performed pretty well. He didn't shoot that well, but he performed pretty well. He came up with some big steals, big turnovers, and kind of held in there. He does need to step up on his game. Another offseason will help him. Svi Mihailuk, he's going to need a little bit of work. But he's the guy that you could build off of. Luke Kennard needs to come back. We got to see what he has with his knees. He has bad knees right now. And obviously we have the proverbial Blake Griffin, the king of bad knees. What's going on, Little Man Knows Sports? How's it going, brother? Appreciate you for coming out. So, I mean, we got pieces. We just got to really see what we have throughout the team. This year it's going to be a wash. Be competitive every single game. I'm perfectly fine. We lost to the Portland TrailBlazers, 104-107. I'm fine with that. Why? Because we were so competitive. A couple turnovers here and a couple turnovers there. If we didn't, cause them, we would have won. I'm cool with a loss like that. Especially with as much talent as we lost. We lost an Andre Drummond. We lost a Reggie Jackson. We lost a Markieff Morris. We still don't have Blake Griffin. He's a one-legged bandit. Luke Kennard is still out. That's five players right there that is crucial points that we don't have. And to walk away with a 3-point loss to the Portland TrailBlazers with CJ McCollum scoring 40 plus points, Carmelo scoring 30 plus points. Hey, that's where you tip your hat off and say, hey, y'all played your tails off. I'm cool with a loss like that. But we got to see what we have. You got to really do your research in the draft and in free agency, because there's going to be players that you're not going to be able to get because obviously, you're in the middle of a rebuild. But get guys that are young that you could build off of that has potential, but say maybe didn't gel well. Like my perfect example, and I don't think there's a player in the NBA right now that is on the same level. And that's like a Chauncey Billups. There's nobody like a Chauncey Billups in this league right now. But if you could find a guy that had that same storyline, a guy that's bounced from team to team to team, doesn't have a home, the Pistons can give a shot to, and they just thrive in our system. I think if we find a player like that, then, that'd do us some good. I like to say, like a Langston Galloway. Langston Galloway was a journeyman before he came here. Now he's the solidified guy that if he doesn't come back, he's going to get a long-term deal. He's going to be a crucial spot on a roster somewhere else then if he doesn't re-sign here. So I mean, if we could find players like that, that would be a good thing for us. But the key into that would be getting guys that are young. 24 is kind of like the max. but I would say between like 22 to 24ish. If you could find players around that age bracket that's, bouncing around a little bit here and there, I definitely think that, we could start really building. Kind of like a Svi Mihailuk. Svi Mihailuk was going toe-to-toe with the Klay Thompson in preseason basketball. I mean, they both scored 30-plus points. And, the Los Angeles Lakers gave him away for, Reggie Bullock last year at the trade deadline. Svi is having a slump right now. He needs to bounce out of. And that comes, I think, with confidence. If he can get his confidence, and I always tell players, and if you're a person that's still able to play, organized basketball, whether it's high school or college or even middle school, if you are a shooter and you are having issues with confidence in your shot, drive to the lane, make a layup. You're either going to get fouled or you're going to get the lane to go. And look at that basket going in. Once you do that, maybe step out a little bit. Instead of a layup, now maybe shoot a 5-footer, then a 10-footer, then a 15-footer, and so on and so forth. And start really, then once you start doing that and you're seeing your shots go in, your confidence will grow. What's going on, Coyote 5.0? What's going on? Appreciate you for coming out. E-Dog says, are you upset with blowing it up? E-Dog, I am. Because I felt like this season, it was just injuries. Hold on, we got Dwayne Casey.
What's one thing you're really pleased with and the thing that upsets you the most?
I thought we played hard. I thought the guys competed. I thought we got out to a good start, and then we didn't play smart in the first quarter. I've got to do a better job of getting the right group in and the right combinations in those situations. But I thought we competed and got back. I thought the second unit came back and got us into the game. Brandon Knight played well. John Henson came in and changed the game. I thought Christian Wood came in and changed the game. Those guys did a heck of a job of being competitive. So, again, we learned a lot about our guys. We learned under pressure what guys can do and can't do. But I did like our fight at a competitive level, especially in the second quarter and also in the third and fourth.
If I read into that a little bit, is that maybe your biggest takeaway, is you might shuffle your starters?
Always. I've said that before we started all this stuff, and that we're going to be fluid. Guys who are playing well going to play. But again, the guys that are coming in competing, I thought those guys that I named came in and did an excellent job. And also I put Langston Galloway in that group.
Mm-hmm. When you guys do fall down by 19 and you can try to quell their momentum a little bit, when you're looking into the eyes of these guys, how do you keep them calm? How do you keep these guys composed to continue to fight back? 'Cause it's not the first time we've seen this.
Right. Well, there's 2 games in a row. Our start has been atrocious. I mean, we're too calm. I mean, I want to see somebody get upset and mad and break a bottle or whatever. Nobody's upset but me over there. So, but again, that's part of competitive. But I thought, again, the second group that came in competed. And that C.J. McCollum is one of the top scorers in the league. I thought he sashayed a little bit too much, too easy into our paint. So, and then again, we got to recognize on the weak side who's rotating where. I thought our defensive rotations on the backside were bad. I got to do a better job of teaching that, and as a coach, from a coaching standpoint, make sure we totally understand our rotations, because those my bads kill you on the weak side.
With Christian, have you seen as he's gained experience, have you just seen him kind of settle in and kind of know how to pick his spots and improve his decision making?
He is. He's growing right before our eyes. I love his progression where he is. He's not a finished product yet. Christian's got to get stronger. This summer he's got to get in the weight room. And make sure he gets stronger, not as far as bulky, but get his abs and his core strength together, where he can take some bumps and hits, and he's getting bumped now and still scoring. So you can imagine how much better he can be once he does get his core stronger and his upper body stronger.
late in the game, I think you had 7 straight possessions. I think 3 straight. After you took care of the ball well tonight, but you had 3 straight turnovers late. Was that just a case of getting sped up a little bit?
Yeah, we might get sped up, bad decisions. I don't know. Derek coming in, probably a little tight or whatever it was down the stretch, but we had some bad turnovers down the stretch. They turned up their defense. They had the best defensive group in there. And again, you got to play with force and play with confidence in those situations. And again, some untimely turnovers in that situation.
With a guy like Brandon, who hasn't been here all that long, Brandon Knight, nice to have him a night like tonight to kind of get a little bit of confidence.
He really showed tonight, that he hadn't showed in the other games. I thought he played with a lot of confidence, played with a little swagger, which you got to do. He played a little, teed off a little bit, and I like that. I thought John Henson came in and gave us some good minutes. Again, John was, a plus 19. Plus 21 in his minutes. So some positive things from those guys, but again, close but no cigar.
With John, is it just a case of knowing what he does well and sticking to those things, not really getting outside of himself a lot?
John's a smart player. He's one of our smart players, and he's just now beginning to feel what he can do, the calls of our offensive sets. Interior defensively, he can block shots. He understands angles, where guys are going. He knows the league. So he's a very experienced and smart player.
Seku's three-point shooting have improved a little bit lately.
He's coming. Seku's got a lot of work to do. He's got to get his body in great shape. He's got to get his weight down. Again, he's a young kid, 18, 19. I thought he competed hard against a great player like Carmelo, but he's got a lot of work to do. This summer is going to be huge for him. Not basketball-wise, but getting his body in not good shape, but great shape. And the future will be bright for him if he does that.
What do you think he fits in defensively?
That's what I said. He did a good job against Carmelo. I mean, he didn't stop him, but again, he felt him physically. He does a good job of using his body. But again, once he gets in better condition, NBA shape and condition, he's going to be, his sky be the limit for him.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right, that was Dwayne Casey for a post-game presser. Let me see what I missed on the chat. Christian is a good player to have, absolutely. He has potential. What is a crucial player to keep him for the rebuild? Absolutely. Pistons should trade Blake. He is trash, absolutely. Hashtag facts. Coyote 5.0 says, Damian, nobody wants Griffin except for Van Gundy. Oh, man. Wah, 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 wah. What's going on, Rodolfo? Cabrera? Appreciate you for coming out. Oh, Dwayne Casey post-game news conference. Coyote 5.0 says, I'm excited for the rebuild, but concerned at the same time because, let's face it, the Pistons have a long history of not drafting good players, or when they do hit a good player, they trade them off. Absolutely. Damian Estrada says, trust me, Coyote, nobody wants to have a real rebuild. It sucks. E-Dog says rebuild is long and painful, but results can be good. Damian says, yes, it is a Bulls fan. It sucks really bad. I mean, with what the Pistons have right now, if I'm a elite franchise, I could see a 3-year rebuild. And then be in conversations of being in title talks. But we are the Detroit Pistons. We've won titles via off the trades. Going to work, Pistons. You traded for Richard Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. You signed Chauncey Billups. You drafted Tayshaun Prince. The Bad Boys. Their general manager was known as Trader Jack. Because he made savvy trades. So we've won titles off of the trades. And in the last 20 years, I have literally about 7 players. One's a potential player. One's an honorable mention. And then you got 5 actual real draft picks. Out of them lists, the only player that's still standing is Sekou Doumbouya. I can't even put Luke Kennard in that good draft picks because you gave up drafting Donovan Mitchell. Imagine Donovan Mitchell, Sekou Doumbouya. If we're going into a rebuild with a Donovan Mitchell and a Sekou Doumbouya, I got a whole lot more better hope for this rebuild. So that's where, my upset comes into play. The team needs a better direction. At least come out and be like, look, this is what we're trying to do. Fans, don't freak out. This has been much needed. Yada, yada, yada. Come out and talk to the fans. Like, you have us in the dark. You got the mainstream media guessing what's going on. You got the fans talking amongst each other, guessing what's going on. You got us content creators like, what's going on? Like, everybody's saying, like, what's going on? And nobody has a real definitive answer outside of that front office, but the front office hasn't really come out and really talked about anything. So that's where my frustration come in. I want to see a Jordan Bone play. I want to see a, Derek Walton Jr. and a Dante Hall right now. If we're going to really embrace this rebuild, those players need to be playing. So we do have Derrick Rose.
Situation.
Hopefully he
two
keeps it
plays
clean.
there where the one you challenged, Hassan Whiteside, were able to get into his body, and then I think 2 possessions later he was able to get you at the rim. Can you take us through those 2?
Just playing my game. I felt like, for one, trying to catch a rhythm. And, those normally shots that I normally hit, or at least get a shot at actually going towards the rim. But it just didn't work tonight.
I was just talking with him a couple minutes ago, and, he plays with that attitude that, he thinks he's as dominant as anybody in the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has great size. He has, leads the league in block shots. How difficult is it when you face a guy, a true rim protector like that?
It's hard, but at the same time, you got to make him do his job. One of my best jobs is going to the rim, and tonight he was able to get his hand on a lot of balls.
As a whole, you guys fall behind by 19 early on.
Yeah.
Next unit comes in, able to get you guys back in the basketball game.
Yeah.
What is the thought process when it happened pretty quick when you fall down that far, but then you're able to get it within 2 at halftime?
Just trying to sustain that energy that the second group played with, and tonight wasn't the night. Towards the end, we let CJ get a couple of good looks and Melo, but defensively, I felt like the communication wasn't there towards the end.
What areas of the growth have you seen from Christian from the start of the season to now as he's gained experience?
Wood's been great. It's all about opportunity, especially being in this spot that I'm in. Just seeing how young players just want to play, and I was able to get a chance to really be around him. He wants the opportunity to really go out here and prove that he can hoop. He's showing that he has to be able to play through his mistakes for one, and just learn from them.
You mentioned Carmelo quickly. You had a stretch here this year where you were playing exceedingly well.
Yeah.
Carmelo tonight had the most points he's had in a Blazers uni. How much do you appreciate seeing a guy like that who, again, maybe at the beginning of this season, a lot of people didn't think he still had this type of level in him?
It means a lot, especially, I used to play with him, so for him to have that opportunity to come out here and still hoop, show that he still got fire, we lit a fire. We lit him up tonight, and he wanted to be aggressive. So his game is the mid-range. We didn't really contest all his shots, but when he's a great player like that, you got to sometimes run 2 people at him or make it difficult. And tonight, we had a hard time doing that.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Derek Rose, folks. You can't coach work ethics and health. Absolutely. What I'd like to know is, why do GMs in all sports take players with questionable work ethics and injury history? You know, that's $1 million question right there, Coyote. Darko is the biggest bust in NBA history. No, there's quite a few other ones. Like, there is Kwame Brown, Greg Oden, Darko. There's Christian Laettner. Oh, man. I mean, there's quite a few bad ones. If we going to do this rebuild right, we going to have to draft a superstar type player. You see, but that's the problem. In this draft is one of the worst drafts. Even in free agency. Free agency is one of the worst ones this year. And you go into a full rebuild. That don't make sense to me. You know. So hopefully you can get some future draft picks for some of the players that are not in the long-term, you know, where they're going to be here for even after the rebuild. You know, so hopefully we get something for them. Maybe future draft picks where, you know, the draft is a little bit more enticing, or, you know, the money down the road is going to be a little bit more enticing. You know, but right now it's free up money and get draft picks. You know, keep the young folks that are able to ball like a Christian would. He is relatively young. He could be there after the rebuild. You know, John Henson, you might have to trade him. You know, I believe he's, what, 26? I mean, I'm not going to say trade him right away. No, keep him for about a year or two. And then once you start getting to where, you know, you can say, hey, we can start making playoff push. Maybe now we can offload some of the contracts and, you know, use them for a good trade bait. You know, 28, you know, you could go to a contending team. Maybe get a late round pick or something like that, or, you know, maybe a guy for off the bench, and you know, really try to compete there. But absolutely, Arku, the Andre Drummond trade was the worst of them all. I mean, that was a guy that you could have got a decent return off of. You know, I would have been like, I want a first round draft pick, but it could be from the 15th overall pick onto the 30th pick, but I want a first round pick for him. You know, I mean, if we got a 15th overall pick for him, I'm cool with that. 15th overall pick, if you guys haven't really paid attention, has actually gave a lot of superstars. Pascal Siakam, or not Sekou, not yet at least. Pascal Siakam, Giannis Antetokounmpo, you know, those are legitimate superstars. Here's Christian Woods, though.
Portland scores 40 in the first. You guys come out and hold them to 13 points in the second quarter. From halftime on, it was a basketball game. What, in your opinion, was the difference there?
I would say the first quarter. We got off to a slow start, and it happened the game before, too. Guys, you know, recognized that. I feel like the second unit came in, brought energy, and, you know, brought us back and kept us in the game. And, you know, we just got to have better starts.
The bench outscored Portland tonight 70-10. Dwayne was just saying that, you know, the starting lineups are going to be fluid, obviously moving forward. There's some different faces around here, so we're trying to find the right matchups. Would you prefer to start, or do you mind?
I think I've earned the right to start. I feel like, you know, I played well this season. I feel like, I want to start, and I'm ready. When the opportunity presents itself, I'll be ready. But I can only control what I can control, and I trust Casey's decision. So.
I know that's part of your game is, we always talk about you playing with a chip on your shoulder. Maybe it's almost like maybe if he brings you off the bench, it motivates you even more. I don't know.
It definitely does. It definitely does. So.
Facing a guy like Hassan, he had nice things to say about you in postgame, just about, even though you're giving up a little bit of size as far as weight to him, but he talked about your athleticism and getting up there. What's it like facing a guy like Hassan, a true rim protector?
It's tough, with him blocking shots. He had a good block at the end against D Rose. He's a great defender, and he continues to show that. And him and Melo, they both did good together. I think Melo had a great game today. He hit some shots, but we got to be better next game.
I know you were confident coming into the season that you could do this given the opportunity, but how far have you come this season?
I came really far. I went from the 15th man on the roster to now, playing big minutes in the rotation guy for the Pistons. I'm happy to be here. I'm enjoying this opportunity, and I'm gonna keep playing with a chip on my shoulder. I'm gonna keep playing with heart.
You often hear the phrase that the game has slowed down for someone, and that might be hard to describe, but I think we know it when we see it. Yeah. Does it feel like that's what has happened?
I think that's definitely happened for me. I think sets, plays, defense, slowed down for me. I think I'm doing a better job defensively from what I was doing in the beginning of the season, and I feel like I just got to keep it up and try and help the team win.
Is that just reps and it becoming more intuitive as you do it?
Yeah, you guys know. This is my first time playing this many games in the season, so it's just game reps, and I'm figuring it out. I think I figured it out, and I'm ready. I'm ready for anything that comes my way.
Since the roster shakeup, you guys have had a lot of games that are close. None of the results have gone in your favor, but every game pretty much has gone down to the wire. Looking around, and you guys know the situation in here with all the young guys, are you still able to kind of walk out of certain games with your heads up because of the process and trying to figure out the new moving parts and things like that?
Yeah, we just gotta take it game by game. We can't. It's tough walking out of games with your head up when you take a loss, but we're young. Guys are figuring it out. Guys are starting to play well with each other. Injuries hurt us, but we'll be ready next game.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
All right, that was Christian Wood bringing some nuggets. Playing with a chip on your shoulder, high energy. That's what's gonna help carry the Pistons during this rebuild. I enjoy Christian Wood. If he could get stronger, just like Sekou, they're key pieces. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But I'm with you, Coyote. He says Pistons traded Drummond off to dump salary. What scares me is that they're going to waste a bunch of money on role players or players this offseason like they did in the past. If they go out and try to get role players like they did last season, like a Derrick Rose, a Christian Wood, things like that, trade for a Thon Maker and a Tony Snell, and draft a Sekou Doumbouya, a Jordan Bone, and things like that. Like I could dig that. I could dig that. Because those are pieces that, you can groom, you can grow, you can, help mold. But if you're going to go get players like a Brandon Knight. Sorry, Brandon Knight, I got to throw you under the bus because you're still #trash. If you go get players like that, kind of like how we threw away so much money. I think it was $54 million combined on Brandon or on Ben Gordon and Charlie Villanueva. If we have an offseason somewhat like that, that's what scares me. If we have an offseason like we did last year, that doesn't scare me as much. It does scare me a little bit because it's just like, okay, well, you kind of got to save this the salary, for actual real players. Like, it's okay to go get just enough people, 1-year contract, prove it to me or not. there's one guy I know a lot. I'm gonna get a lot of heat. But I really hope that you guys could see this thought through. Okay. And if I'm out of line and you're a Detroit content creator, please, let me know. But hold on, before I get to that, here's Thon Maker.
They haven't necessarily gone in your favor, but you guys have been in all these games. Are you getting a sense that there's still we're all right?
Yeah, I mean, the fight is there. The fight is there every single night. It's just tough. Like, we start slow sometimes, and then we got to dig ourselves out of that hole, and that takes a lot on us. It takes a lot of energy. And but the crazy thing is, we still 6 games out from the 8th spot. So we're still optimistic about that. We're still trying to fight every single game, trying to get out there and win that one. And sometimes we get really, really, really close and just don't close it out like tonight and a few nights ago. We had those chances.
I know in today's NBA with so much three-point shooting, it's always been a game of runs. But in a blink of an eye, you guys are down 19. Then we get to the third quarter, you guys are up 10. I mean, what's it like going through that just mentally when you're watching that whole thing?
Man, it's just the run is going to be there. The run, you guys are going to make a run. They're going to make a run. So it's just about, whoever makes a stand and, finally buckle down and gets that stop, that few stops, string them together, that kind of, kills the momentum for the other team. But, the three-point shot is always going to be there for both teams as long as you execute properly. And, defensively is where it's at now in today's NBA league. If you can get stops and string them together, you really put yourself in a great position to win.
From a rebounding standpoint, Dwayne has been saying, collectively you guys are going to do a better job, in particular with the guards, too, on a lot of those long rebounds. Bruce Brown has now had 10 or more rebounds in 4 straight games. I mean, how big is that for an undersized player like that?
That's big for us. That's big for us. He understands it. Today's leagues is, teams are shooting over 43s, 30-plus threes. So those are long rebounds. You got to play the percentage as a guard when you're on the perimeter. You got to see where it's coming from if your man is not crashing. So that's what the coaching staff is preaching to us. But then also you got to come help us out as well as bigs. We're fighting down there as well. Sometimes you're halfway in between the help and, your man is already in a box, in an offensive rebound position. So they already have the advantage in that part. So you got to come back down and help rebound. So Bruce already figured that out for us. And he's done a great job with that. He's an explosive guard, big guard. So he uses it well.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Thon Maker. Eric says it's going to be tough finding a good center. Christian Wood is not a center, but Christian Wood has the right attitude. Absolutely, Eric. But that brings me up into what I want to say. If you're a Detroit content creator, please call me out if I'm wrong on it. I'll own up if I'm wrong for this. But if we can get, say, a DeMarcus Cousins for the $5 million that he's, been accepting, why not? Why not try to look into that avenue? I know there is that, the whole injury history. He's actually currently rehabbing for an ACL injury as we speak. But he's the center. He can shoot the three. Him and Christian Wood can actually kind of grow together. Then you got Sekou Namboya. You got, Svi. You got Luke Kennard. If Luke Kennard can stay healthy, you have the best in the NBA when it comes to the doctors and the rehab and things like that with a Arns Cantor. Arns Cantor is the GOAT when it comes to doctors. And rehab and things like that. He is the GOAT. Let's face it. He rehabilitated Antonio McDyess. Antonio McDyess, before he came to Detroit, was a bust after he had all those knee injuries. Arns Cantor took him under his wing, rehabilitated him, got him stronger, got him healthy. He balled out for the Detroit Pistons. You know? And but I'm not going to overpay for DeMarcus Cousins due to the injuries. But if we get him for a good price, you got to at least look into that. That's like your whole, Chauncey Billups type of player that I was talking about earlier. Is, if you can, look into that avenue of like, oh, sorry about that. If you can, look into that avenue to where, hey, if we can get him for, $5, maybe even $8 million, I can dig that. Because, or even 12 million. I'll go like 12 million. That's where I stop it at, though, because it is DeMarcus Cousins. He does have a lot of that injury history. When healthy, yes, absolutely. He's another star. I mean, heck, you can go, as a starting lineup, Luke Kennard, Sekou Doumbouya, Blake Griffin, and and DeMarcus Cousins. Worst case scenario. That's a nice little starting four. You get yourself a Fred VanVleet. As long as he's reasonably priced. That's a nice little starting five. But then you got to start drafting your players. That could get you by. But then that draft has to be able to where, okay, hey, now I got to buckle down and really start getting the youth in here as well. Because if you could do both of those together simultaneously, you put yourself into a position where, hey, look, now I can go ahead and really start building something for the future while still being able to compete now. That's the one thing that, Tom Gores has been asking for. I still am trying to work on that petition to get Tom Gores out of here, because I feel like that, buying out Reggie Jackson, buying out Markieff Morris, a failed trade that you traded Andre Drummond with. You gave him to the thing that really irritated me and really hit every little bit of anger out of me was you gave Andre Drummond to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who is a division rival. Okay, you do not give a division rival a top talent like Andre Drummond. Yes, I put elite onto his name because rebounding and the way he has been playing for the Detroit Pistons prior to the trade, he was in that elite context. He was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, first team all defense. He was in all those conversations. But you gave him for a bag of almond M&Ms. You cannot do that. That is a guy that you could have, at least, like I was saying earlier, is a guy that you can kind of get like a 15th overall pick for. Yeah, it's going to be lottery protected. Absolutely. But hey, you get the 15th overall pick. We want that pick. Do your due diligence. Hey, we know who's going to already, before the season starts, they already know where the players is going to go and who's going to get what pick and all this and all that. It's already predetermined. They do the draft lottery stuff for us, the fans, to say, oh, who's going to go where? Who's going to go there? Who's going to this, that, the other? They do all that for the entertainment purposes. Professional sports is an entertainment-based business. They do that with the NFL. They do that with the NBA. They do that with the NHL, and they do that with the NBA or MLB. That's the business side of sports. Which is, that's fine with me. But as far as an Andre Drummond trade, I mean, if you could have got, say, John Henson and and the 15th overall pick, or a player kind of like a John Henson, and the 15th overall pick, I'm cool with that. Why? Because, yeah, you got a guy that can play right now. That's fine and dandy. Obviously, you need players to play right now because the season is really going on right now. But the trade would be really based off of that 15th overall pick. Let's be real. I can understand that because, okay, hey, you got your player that can play right now that can kind of replace him, quote unquote. But the real trade was really for that 15th overall pick, or the 16th overall pick. You get one of those two kind of picks, you really put yourself in a position to where, I'm still being able to get a top talent, Giannis Antetokounmpo, a Pascal Siakam, a Sekou Doumbouya. Those kind of guys fall to the 15th overall pick. That's been history. That's been factual history. Now, yes, anybody that says, well, hey, Trev, or Troxel Sports, the draft is a crapshoot. You're never guaranteed a guy like a Pascal Siakam or a Giannis Antetokounmpo or a Sekou Doumbouya due to, those type of players shouldn't be there. Real talk, they shouldn't be there. But those type of players fall for whatever reason. We had the number 2 overall pick. We could have got a Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, or a Dwayne Wade and things like that. We picked Darko. So there's never guaranteed, for a top pick either. What's going on, Cascade? I'm sorry for I just got your messages, but appreciate you for coming out. But it's those type of things that, yes, it is a crapshoot for that. But in the same token, it's like you got a higher chance of getting a decent player, at least a decent player, at, say, the 15th overall pick than, say, the 10th overall pick. Or a 20th overall pick. Or even the 30th overall pick. You never know. But if you could get, say, on a good deal. Now, the reason why I said $12 million for Cousins is because we are Detroit. We're a small market. We did Andre Drummond dirty. And then to top it off for the three-peat, we're kind of Detroit. And in that instant is, the problem with that is, we don't draft well. Like I was saying earlier, and to those that are new, we only have about 7 players out of 20 years. So 7 out of 20 that I would at least put into, that was a solid pickup or a solid draft pick. And those are honor or potential players is Jordan Bone. Honorable mention, Bruce Brown. And then the 5 players who I have since 2000 to 2020, 2019, is Tayshaun Prince, Andre Drummond, Chris Middleton, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Sekou Doumbouya. Those are your 5. Hey, we drafted pretty darn good. I can build it up around that player. You had 5 out of 20 years. And then you got two that you're not kind of sure of, but you still got to give them credit. Because let's face it, Bruce Brown's defense you could build around that type of defense. Prime example, a taller version of Bruce Brown would be a Dennis Rodman or a Ben Wallace. Not so known for his offense, but his defense is there. Now, his defense is not on those type of players' levels, but with development and things like that, yes. I could see him being on those types of levels. Absolutely, Arku. Chris Middleton. We traded Chris Middleton for Brandon Jennings. Where's Brandon Jennings? We killed Brandon Jennings. Chris Middleton went on to become an all-star this year. Or even last year. Chris Middleton is a baller. It's those type of things that, like a Coyote 5.0 was alluding to. Any type of guy that we got really that you can build around, we went off and traded him. And it's sad. It really is. So, that's why going back to what the original statement is that's why I would say, given a DeMarcus Cousins $12 million, but that $12 million would be the max I can pay for him. If he can't accept $12 million, I can't really go after him anymore because now I'm putting myself into more of a bigger position to where it's like, okay, I'm almost tapping out of money. No, he cannot play basketball anymore, I think, because of injury. Injuries cost him his career. And it's sad. We did that to him. But I mean, it's those little things that you really got to dissect and really do your homework on and be able to see, okay, hey, can this work? Can that work? Can, we put this piece with that piece and really try to form a real team. It is time that the Detroit Pistons go back to NBA championship days. We are a 3-time NBA championship team. We beat Mr. Kobe Bryant. God rest his soul and may he rest in peace. Salute Kobe. But we beat him 4-1 when they first formed a superstar team. They were the first superstar team ever really built. They went out and got a Gary Payton, a Karl Malone, to pair him up with a Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. That's 4 Hall of Fame players. Are you kidding me? That was the first, what do you call it? Superstar team. Okay. We beat that team 4-1. Now, you put that, and then you put, say, the Showtime Lakers, the Portland TrailBlazers. Those are signature franchise wins. And lo and behold, that's for an NBA title as well. But, it's about time you get to that level. It's been since 2004. 2024, you better be in that title contention. Otherwise, there needs to be massive changes, and it starts from ownership on down. I'm dead serious. It is time for the Detroit Pistons to take their rightful spot of competing for titles. You know, start my sports YouTube team, full funding and equipment setup for solid talent. If this is your passion, get in touch with me. What's going on, RC? How's it going, brother? You know, like those are the type of things that, you know, we got to demand as a Detroit fan. You know, and obviously, you know, that should be everybody's goal, because if that's not your goal, there's an issue. You got to reevaluate life if you're in this business. You know, but if you can you know, at least by 2024, you know, that's giving the Pistons 4 years instead of a 3-year rebuild that normal teams will take. But if you can take 4 games, or 4 games. Okay, the Bud Light Platinum, you're starting to kick in. If you could take those 4 years and really try to, you know, really put together a real team. You know, like I said, if you could get DeMarcus Cousins on $12 million, you could kind of trade off, or just play out Blake Griffin's contract. Oh yeah, Eric, Tom Gore's got to go. I'm not a fan of his. I never really have been a fan of his. When he came in and first day says, you got to win now, when we didn't even have a roster together, that lost all faith in him. I did not have no faith in him. Everybody was trying to say, well, look what he's done with the Pistons. He's, you know, upgraded this. He's upgraded that. He's dropped a lot of money. You can have all the money in the world, but guess what? If you still put crap in a box, it's still crap in a box. Let's call a spade a spade. You know, it's those types of things that you really got to really look yourself into the mirror. You know, like a Tom Gores, a Dwayne Casey, and Ed Stefanski. Those 3 people are the most critical in a rebuild of the Detroit Pistons franchise. That is your head coach. That is your general manager. And that is your owner. Get players that fit a Dwayne Casey system that you could put together a real team. You know, and you draft well. You do your researches. You do your due diligence. You really dissect every single player available, from first overall pick to 60th overall pick, to undrafted free agency, to the number 1 player in free agency, to the very last player in free agency. Scout across the sea, in-house, you know, in the G League. Really do your due diligence, because those are the teams that really put together a solid squad quickly. Look at Utah. Utah has always really kind of been in the thick of things, but not been in the thick of things. You know, obviously now, as of late, when they got a oh man, I can't think of their center right now. He's from France. Rudy Gobert. Once they got a Rudy Gobert, a Donovan Mitchell, now they're starting to put together a real squad, but they've never really had a tank. They've really never had to go in a full-on rebuild and this, that, the other. They've been competitive, but then they've been, you know, kind of trashy competitive to where, you know, we are with this team right now in the midst of an NBA season. That's where I would have my Pistons being ranked as. Like, we're still trash, but we're still competitive trash, if that makes sense for everybody. Arku says Rudy Gobert. Yeah. Rudy Gobert was the one I was thinking of. Cass Kane, what's going on? Says Tom can stay and step back and hand it over to Chauncey Billups and give him full power. I bet you we will get back to the powerhouse again. Oh, absolutely. I don't know what these NBA teams are doing, sleeping on Chauncey Billups as a front office, general manager and president of basketball operations. That man is a very smart man. Chauncey Billups deserves to be in the NBA as a general manager and president of basketball operations. Absolutely. 110%. Big Shot Billups is Big Shot Billups. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows what it takes to win a championship. He was a finals MVP. The last finals MVP that had full power and ability to get the guys that he wants to get? That was Joe Dumars. And guess what? He's been a part of every single NBA title the Detroit Pistons has ever had. Eric says, Goris lives in California. He's all about the glitz and glamour. He's not even blue collar. Absolutely. And what is the Detroit Pistons? In fact, let me break it down even further. What is Detroit? The hardest working city in America. Blue collar. Auto industry. I ain't never heard a thing that relates to Tom Goris. But like you said, Eric, he's all about that glitz and glamour. Let's throw money around. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go spend $40 million on a often injured Blake Griffin. That don't make sense. What do you think of other fan bases calling us irrelevant? It hurts, but in the same token, I mean, we kind of are. Now, I don't mean this as a diss to us, but we're a small market team. Let's get that first out and foremost. Okay, we're a small market team. So obviously, right off rip, your LA Lakers, your LA or your Golden State Warriors, your Chicago Bulls, your New York Knicks, your Miami Heats, your Philadelphia 76ers, your big market teams already call us irrelevant. I don't care if we're the 2004 Pistons or the 1989 Pistons or the 1990 Pistons or the 2009 Pistons. We're already a irrelevant in those teams' eyes. Now you got rid of your defensive anchor, your heart and soul of the team. Your guy that, is there 82 games. Rain, sunshine, broken body, non-broken body. Andre Drummond was always there. He was a no days off type of guy. He had that Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant never took a day off. It doesn't matter if he had broken bones or not. He never took a day off. And he was on a huge market. Obviously, he's going to be, touted as one of the greatest. Because obviously he's in one of those markets where, you perform on the same level as a Magic Johnson on, say, formerly of a Magic Johnson's team. You put yourself in a great position. And that's exactly what Kobe did. He took the most of his options. Because originally he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. Draft day, he got traded to LA. Put together a few good years. started winning a championship, and the rest is history. Five championships later, is one of the best players in the NBA to ever walk on the court. You know, I mean, like I said, it hurts. It hurts, being called irrelevant. It really does. But then in the same token, I get it. Just because of, okay, we're Detroit, we're a small market team. We're not really known for drafting. Free agencies, you got to overpay for players. The reason why we have 3 championships is via the trade. And the best signings of them all was really your head coaches. You had you signed a Larry Brown and a Chuck. Chuck Daly was one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. His mind was always thinking 20 steps ahead. Those type of guys, you give them talent or any little bit of talent, and they're going to make the most of it. It's kind of like a Greg Popovich in today's NBA. You give Greg Popovich any little bit of talent, and, lo and behold, the man's going to give you, at least playoff appearances and division titles at max. Well, I shouldn't say at max, at minimum. Because obviously max is an NBA title. And, Chuck Daly gave you 2 NBA titles, and, Larry Brown, if it wasn't for Larry Brown's quote-unquote greed in 2005, should have gave you 2 as well. We should be a 4-time NBA championship team. But during the season in 2005, Larry Brown wanted his own limousine. He wanted his own private jet. He wanted, this, that, the other. And, Bill Davison, the previous owner of the Detroit Pistons, was like, wait, I don't even get, those type of, necessities, and I own the team. I can't afford to give you that. You're like, come on now. Take what we give you, and let's go keep winning. Let's build your legacy. And, 2 minutes into the 2 minutes left of the fourth quarter, up, what was that? Up 5 or up 10 against the San Antonio Spurs, Game 7. It went south from there. He's like, oh, okay. I'm not going to get this, that, the other. I'm going to hurt you where it counts. Game 7 came in. 2 minutes left. We were up. All you had to do is really run some clock out and just, trade baskets. When you're up that much, you trade baskets, they can't come up. And we had the talent to do that. So that's a great video. That's gonna be my next video. After March Madness, that is gonna be my very first video, is a what if series. I'm gonna come out with a what if series. Bring in audio, bring in this, bring in that, my thoughts, and really dissect some things. And that is, what if Bill Davison agreed to give in Larry Brown the private jet, his own limousine, all the necessities that he was asking for. What if, if that happened? Would the Detroit Pistons have repeated or even possibly three-peated? Would we have, opened the revolving door? Because during that, Joe Dumars' tender, we were known as a revolving door for head coaches. How many head coaches have we had in the in the Joe Dumars, tender. What's going on, Mrs. B? Says, just want to stop by and support. I'm sorry I am late. Yeah, you definitely missed the game. Portland won 107-104. But I definitely appreciate you, Mrs. B, for dropping in. Means a lot to me. E-Dog, are you talking about this year? Because, I mean, for me, I got it within five teams, 6 teams tops. And that's your Boston Celtics, your Philadelphia 76ers, and your Milwaukee Bucks. That's out of the East. And for the West, I have it between the Lakers, the Lakers, the Clippers, and I don't know. I might actually have to just say those 5. I mean, you never know though, Arku. I mean, if the Sixers could stop, Giannis from getting into the paint, that puts the Sixers at an advantage. Because if you stop and think about it, what did Toronto do? Oh, that would be another team for the 6 is the Toronto Raptors. Can they repeat? But what did the Toronto Raptors do to go to the NBA Finals? They said, Giannis, you're not going to get into the paint. We're going to force you to shoot the outside shot. And guess what? They lost. Toronto goes to the NBA championship and goes on. There's your NBA champion. 1 in 6 games. But Giannis has been working. Now, credit to Giannis. Giannis has been definitely taking those with a grain of salt, and has really tried to improve his game. Absolutely, Arku. They do have a lot of internal chemistry issues. And maybe that is a Brett Brown problem. Yeah, I think Brett Brown might be thinking that he's Larry Brown. But if they fix that internal issue, let's face it, that team is kind of dangerous. Cascane says Larry Brown was already flirting with other teams before the season started in 2005. He sold it to his friend Pop. Plus the refs admitted it was part of the scandal. I love Carlisle and still do. Be nice to bring him back. Absolutely, Coyote. He was just like Mark Jackson, that's who I wanted as the Pistons head coach before the Dwayne Casey signing. As soon as Stan Van Dummy, yes, I called him Stan Van Dummy. Hashtag Stan Van Dummy. As soon as we fired him, the very first person I said is, go get Mark Jackson. He built the Dynasty Warriors team. Steve Kerr only just took him over the hump. But it was, it was Mark Jackson who built that squad. Go get him. And let's really build something special here. That's who I wanted. And I know a lot of Detroit YouTubers that second that motion. You say you go get the guy who pretty much built the Golden State Warriors to where they can actually win a championship, be relevant. You go get that guy. Pistons, now who knows? Maybe now you can go get DeMarcus Cousins. this year for $4 million. Maybe he even takes it $1 million less than what he's normally gotten. You know, but it's those type of things that you got to really look into and really dissect. Um, you know, um, I am in talks with Arthur. We are definitely in talks of what was known as Piston Center Court. Um, you know, we are definitely talking about bringing a basketball show. We're gonna talk basketball and not just Detroit. Um, you know, he's a Lakers fan. I'm a Pistons fan. So obviously, here in the Sports Movement Network, we do all different teams. And that's me and the Gridiron Blitz as well. We're both from Detroit, and we cover all sports. And we enjoy that because we meet new people, and that's the most amazing things. Like Mrs. Hodges at RC, and Arku. I'm taking it. Coyote is a Pistons fan. Uh, you know, and that's awesome. Finding new Detroit fans. Uh, you know, and it's like and a Cascane as well. He seems like a new Pistons Detroit fan. So, that's the amazing part about the Sports Movement Network, and that's one thing that we're trying to do. Me and Art. If Miss Amor, Amy Amor, wants to get in on it, she's more than welcome. A Dwayne Boatwright, a Molly wants to get in on it too, as long as it does not interfere with school. She's more than welcome, and and put together a real good what do you call it? A real good basketball show for you guys. But my mind is always working. Even when I'm not streaming, I'm still working on YouTube. It's the behind the scenes stuff. Excuse me. Um, it's I'm always working. I'm always trying to one step ahead. Either working on the merchandise store, or I'm trying to think of new ideas, or help the team out, or whatever's necessary. That's what I love to do. And it's so when I get on, everything's trying to run smooth and clean and crisp, and I enjoy stuff like that. And meeting new people, and and seeing the regulars and things like that. I love it, and I enjoy it so much. You know, it definitely means a lot to me. And I know it definitely means a lot to every member of the Sports Movement Network and TSMN Entertainment. We are trying to literally get Dwayne Boatwright to 100. Once he gets there, he's gonna help us, be that much more better. He's one of the most hardest working people, in everybody's chats. He's in every single member's chat. And if we say, hey, go support this person, he's in there supporting them too. He's an amazing person, great content creator. And me and him are definitely going to have a show, talking some Pistons. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be, you guys are going to be in for a great show for that game, or for that stream, I should say. Me and him, we've had some talks, so it is definitely going to be some fun. I am excited. It is looking like, outside, if I do a talking head stream, kind of like how this is, But outside of outside of a game, you know, like I probably do like maybe a an all sport. Like if somebody wants to talk the Tyson Fury fight or the Detroit Tigers or the Detroit Red Wings or or just hockey, baseball, and boxing and UFC and all those sports, you know, it doesn't even really have to be Detroit. I'm so well rounded in a lot of different teams and things like that. That's why I am Troxel Sports Talk, is because I am so well rounded in different sports and things like that. Uh, so if I do a stream like that, then maybe I'll be on tomorrow. I do have a busy day tomorrow. I got to do my taxes and stuff like that. So, I'm hoping I can get, situated fast, quick, and easy. And if I can do that, more than likely I'll be on again tomorrow just for like a talking head video and interact with you guys, because I love talking with you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys make my day that much more better. What's going on, Jay White? What's going on, brother? Long time no see, fam. I know you probably been working your tail off, but I'll probably try to do that tomorrow. But if not, Tuesday for sure I'll be on for the Pistons and Denver Nuggets. And then I'll be on again for the Pistons and Suns on on Friday. Coyote 5.0 says, how did Woods do today? He had a phenomenal game. He had 26 points and 9 rebounds. But with that being said, I have been on for 3 hours and 52 minutes. And it is 6 minutes to 1 a.m. here in Detroit. So I am going to end it here, you guys. I definitely appreciate you guys. I love you all. You guys stay blessed. For all the kids and parents out there, let's teach this youth, some respect, some how to be good kids, and if they deserve a swat on the back end, swat them on the back end. It is not considered abuse to swat your child that is out of line one good time. It is not child abuse. Now, doing it multiple times and hitting them in the face and and throwing them through a wall, now that's child abuse. But one good swat on the hind end or one good smack on the hand, that is okay. So discipline your children, please. And save some of these teachers, gray hairs. Although they do help me make get more business. But oh, sorry about that. But I mean, discipline your kids the right way. Get these children to be, real good. Like, I used to get, swatted one good time on the hind end when I grow up. One time I called my sister an FB. You kind of fill the curse words in for that. And my dad says, "Oh, you want to call females outside their name? Go get your switch." One good time. Never said another single bad name outside to a female ever since. One time it took me. Never ever said another bad name to a female ever since. I think I was about 8 years old. And ever since that, I was like, oh, okay. I know how to treat people now. Treat them how you want to be treated, because I don't want to be treated with a swat on the hind end. You know. And I think my dad still to this day. I'm like, hey, you know, you knock some sense into this dummy. You know. But, you know, every time he would do something like that, he would actually have me explain why did this happen. You know, and if it wasn't good, I would be, you know, sent to my room. Hey, think about it. Think about why I did that to you. You know, and when I finally come out with like, oh, you know, I disrespected a woman, that is not right. Or, you know, hey, I lied about doing this and that. Or, you know, you told me to, you know, if you can say good while we're at the grocery store, maybe later on today we'll go to the toy store. And I wasn't good at the grocery store, you know. So, oh yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I definitely feel you on that one, Hawks. That was my sister's disciplining with the belt. I don't know how many flights of stairs I threw myself down. I said, oh, you got that? I am gone. And then I lost traction and threw myself down flights of stairs. You know. But, oh, man, good times, good times. But, you know, hey, if it wasn't for those type of things, you know, I wouldn't be the man who I am today. TG says Bucks are clinched. Absolutely. Shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks. Taking care of business. You know, now they got 23 games to, you know, lock it in and get that division title and, you know, sit pretty. Get some rest to the good players and, you know, get the young players some reps. So come, you know, playoff time, it's everybody sitting on all cylinders. You know, that's the beauty part about clinching so soon. You know, and that's what good teams do. You know, the Bucks really have never technically rebuilt. The Milwaukee Bucks have been the Milwaukee Bucks because guess what they did? They took all of Detroit's trash, groomed him, traded him, drafted well, signed free agents well, put together a team. Guess what? 23 games are already clinched the playoff spot. You know, but with that being said, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I got to get some rest so I can do my taxes tomorrow, and get everything all situated. And with that being said, though, I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. We had, I think, 130 people in the chat. Y'all was amazing. I haven't seen, you know, 50 plus since December. You know, so that definitely was a confidence boost. I appreciate you guys all. Let's hope that you know, on Tuesday or tomorrow night, you know, we get the same love. You know, I appreciate you guys all. You know, with that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If not, then on Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Pistons at the Denver Nuggets. So with that being said, this is Troxel Sports Talk. Have a nice day, and I'm out. Peace.